Now, so, hey everyone, it's Gaz back again. We're talking about more Psychic Awakening stuff for the 17th time, trying to get it live. Again, I am joined by Red Chameleos and some friends. So, Evan and Alex, say hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah.
And then George is here as well, obviously, say hello.
That's me.
So,
Which is Red Chameleos.
I know, but I'm bad at intros. So, we're going to talk about the main kind of bit that we missed out from yesterday's stream. The big, the juicy, the Astra Militarum, give a cross, Tempestus, because obviously they got their own stuff. The Guard got some new toys. And considering how long we talked about Tau, we're probably going to spend a while on this, so get comfy.
There's not as much fancy things for
There's some cool stuff in
abstract, I think. But yeah, there are some interesting bits.
here, though. Yeah. It's a shame Tom's not here at the moment, otherwise we'd be able to gush over Tempestus.
Yes, he's currently eating food.
That's understandable. Everything is on hold for food. Yeah. So, Astra Militarum, the kind of the middle part of the greater good. You've got 4 name generators. 4 name generators. Hey, we got Zella as well. How you doing, man? We talked about Gene Stealers yesterday, and we're all sad.
Well, there's quite a few.
Yeah, there's Cadian, Karachan, Valhallan, and Vestroyan, even though they don't make Valhallan models anymore.
I love how
you can get them right now on made to order.
Yeah, for a week.
Not
I love how it takes 4 entries in the Calchin ones before you get Snake.
Yes, Snake, Hardhead,
Is there-
Jackson.
Is any of them Rambo?
No.
Well, I'm proud of them for resisting. That's good. Then again, they got Slime Arvo, haven't they? So
There's Pain with a Y
Steel Jaw,
and Wolf.
bad.
Lance. Lance sounds like such a Chad name as well.
It is.
It's such a Chad name. So, the Hammers of the
Lance,
Imperium.
Wolf, Lance.
Obviously, you've got the Name Generator, Regimental Doctrines, Tank Aces, Stratagems, and the Tempestus, which is their own kind of bit. It will all be bundled up into one because it's just Guard. It's all Guard. Who wants to roll for a... If you've got dice nearby, who wants to do a...
dice.
Do you want to do a Name Generator?
Yeah, is it 2d6 again?
Yeah, 2d6.
Yeah.
Pick, right, Cadian, Karachan, Valhallan, or Vestroyan.
Vestroyan.
So
Vestroyan?
pick Valhalla and roll a 42.
I rolled 26.
26. Polanski for Valhallan.
I like that.
And then for
Right, that's our
Vestroyan
first
is
guardsman. We've got
Dovyadas.
about 89 left.
Yeah, Dovyadas. It's for
Who's that?
Vestroyan. So, unfortunately, you only get the last name because you only have a rank, and you probably won't be around long enough to have a first name.
That's true.
Evan, number 42 on Valhalla is Boris with a Y.
Oh yeah, Boris.
Boris.
Boris. It's weird because they got Vestroyan, which are proper Cossacks, right? But Valhallan don't look like Russians, but they are all Russians, and I find it weird that they get 2.
They get the hats.
Yeah, that's true. But so
The-
the Vestroyans.
the
The Vestroyans get the
The
Cossack
Valhallan Ice Warriors. That's what they're called.
They should be more like
And you're
Space
saying
Wolves,
they
but not
don't.
Space Wolves.
Are you saying they don't look Russian? Look
I'm
at these
saying
boys.
that the models don't look Russian enough.
Valhalla ones do.
I mean, to be fair, they have got red stars on there. Well, it's not stars, it's skulls of 40k, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know the usual.
They almost look too Russian.
Then why have Vestroyans and Valhallans? You know.
Get 2 flavors.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. At least it's easier to get a hold of Vestroyan models. Right. So, one of the first main bits, obviously, considering every other fucker's getting one, is a regimental doctrine to, well, slap 2 together. You've got your own regiment, or your own Cadia Light. They have about the same amount that the others do, more than Gene Stealer Cults, but I think less than Tau, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I also
7,
really
8,
love that
9,
conversion.
10, 11, 12.
There is a
Oh yeah,
conversion
this one is
on
fucking
YouTube.
gorgeous with the Skitari heads. I really like that. I might do that actually.
Yeah, it's just they have a guide for it on the YouTube channel. Warhammer
Yeah.
TV.
I've got
Because
a
it's
Spear
it's the
Vanguard
one
head.
it's the one helmet I don't use.
No one uses them.
I don't.
Fucking
Yeah, I
Rangers.
prefer the hoods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're
but,
different units.
yeah, true. But you can. It's though the guns are the only thing that's different.
Yeah.
So as long as you got the right gun, it doesn't fucking matter. But so yeah, it is a similar kind of thing. Instead of taking a standard regiment, Colts didn't need buffs much though. Yeah, but they got fuck all out of this book. But that is a separate video which will be out tomorrow, which will be out at some point this week. But yeah, so take 2 doctrines, slap them together. You've got your regiment, and we'll go through these and talk about them as we go because there's some cool ones in here.
Two good ones.
So gunnery experts. When you determine the type characteristic of any weapon a vehicle model in this doctrine is equipped with, you can reroll one of the dice. That is just nice to have.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a look. Spotter details. Add 6 inches to the range characteristic of heavy weapons with a range of at least 24 with this doctrine that they are equipped with.
Yeah, so half the Vestroyan one.
What's the full Vestroyan one? So they get this
It's
plus
heavy
some...
and rapid fire.
Oh! So,
Vestroyan
but this
unit.
is just heavy.
This is just the heavy. Yeah, I don't know if the rapid fire one's
Honestly,
as well.
that's pretty fine though. On vehicles at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the tanks mostly.
Yeah. Disciplined shooters. When an infantry model with this doctrine shoots with a rapid-fire weapon against a unit that is within 18, double the number of attacks the weapon makes rather than following normal rapid-fire rules.
Yeah, so they got 18-inch rapid fire, which is nice.
That is nice if you just want to form a massive gun line and say, fuck you.
Yep.
Just maximum amount of shots. Especially if you go with, like, you just pop the right orders on the unit. Makes them a lot more scary to deal with.
Get that long range first rank, second rank.
Spicy. Fire from the hip. Infantry models with this doctrine can shoot rapid-fire weapons they are equipped with even if they advanced, but when resolving such attacks, -1 to your hit. So they become assault weapons, but they
not
still get the
quite.
rapid-fire rule.
Yeah, which is actually what so much better considering there's so many things that make things assault weapons. I'm just like, why can't I just do this?
Yeah, why can't I just keep my rapid-fire but
Yeah.
run faster?
Don't Black Legion do that, and they lose all their Stormbolter rapid fire, don't they?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
man.
They can take
it's
any
so
Stormbolters
shit.
anyway.
Find combi bolters.
There we go.
Bolt, it's just all of your bolt. All you just do the rapid fire like on so much. It's just not worth
More
it.
bolt. Stick bolts on it.
It includes plasma. Not that you're gonna run and shoot plasma with -1.
Like,
Just
you
do
might
it.
as well,
Just
I
for
don't
just
care
for the
anyway.
fun. Just for the funsies. Combined Auspex. Where resolving an attack, an Overwatch attack made by a regiment vehicle with this doctrine, whilst within 3 of another friendly vehicle, you hit on 5s in Overwatch.
Yeah, so that's really good.
That does seem
That
nice.
sounds good. But if you don't kill whatever's charging you, they tie up both vehicles.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, it
that's gonna
depends
happen
really.
hard anyway. But
Most of the time,
Oh, I
yes.
see what you mean.
I can see a situation of, like, you've got a vehicle out in front and you've got one, like, slap bang right behind. So that even if they did try to do a 3-inch their consolidate, they wouldn't be able to pull the other tank in.
oh no, they can.
Yeah?
Unless it's a Bane Blade. They're not 6 inches long. You can go 3-inch pilot.
It depends.
3
It,
inches
it,
over.
it completely depends on the range of the charge and everything.
That's true.
No, I mean you can
Yeah.
get from the front of the tank to the back.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. It's situational, but
But you have to remember,
it's
if you're
kind
within
of
an
cool.
inch, you have to be within an inch, not 3 inches of them.
I would just spend a CP instead
Yeah.
for defensive gunners.
Yeah, that's fair. You wouldn't want to like. It does seem nice. Would you build a list around it as a doctrine? Probably. Nah.
Nah.
Depending on your list. Agile Warriors. When an infantry unit with this doctrine advances, you
should
can
put that.
re-roll the advance roll.
I love that.
So
I
keyword
love that
anything with
only,
infantry.
only for taking move orders and just getting to
Yeah.
absolutely sprint up the board.
Just yeet them up there. They are. They are the fastest boys in the land.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Pyromaniacs. When resolving an attack made with a flamer, heavy flamer, or twin heavy flamer by a model with this doctrine, you get to reroll a wound roll of 1.
What confuses me is it says a wound roll of 1.
Yeah, because and the thing is, think about it. As the rules are written, you need to slow dice it. Remember? So you do you do d6.
Because I would take that as if you roll 4 ones, you can only reroll 1 of them.
No, but that's the thing is, one thing that we always kind of skip over is the fact that you're fast dicing.
Well, you reroll a dice roll of 1.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah. So if you've got 4 ones, that you would all re-roll them, because technically you'd be resolving those attacks one at a time.
Otherwise, it would be a single dice roll of.
Yeah, it would specify.
Yes, it should.
Yeah. Wilderness Survivors. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon against an infantry unit with this doctrine, if that unit did not advance in its previous movement phase, it is treated as receiving the benefit of cover for its saving throws.
That's actually quite nice.
That is kind of nice.
I don't know if you take it. Maybe as a secondary, but yeah, it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
saves
I
you
can
having to
see
pay the extra CP for your infantry to get cover at the first turn. If you go
Yeah,
second.
exactly. It just gives a little bit more survivability. And
Yeah.
a lot of the time, depending on the army you're facing, you're probably not going to be moving much. It's like, yeah, it can't move. Oh no, as long as it.
It's if you didn't advance, so you can move just fine.
Oh yeah, no, that's actually a lot better. than I
It
thought it
pretty
was.
much just gives your entire army +1 save.
Yeah,
That's really good.
Well,
as long as you don't hoof it, because if you move,
Yeah,
move,
all
as an
of the
example,
infantry.
if you move, you still get cover. Because that doesn't count as an advance; it counts as you moving again.
Yes. No, you have to advance as part of it.
Oh, is that what it is? Is that what?
Yeah. You make another move and you have to advance as part of it.
Right. Okay. So that wouldn't benefit from this.
Unless I'm thinking of Forward for the Emperor.
Someone
very similar
actually,
ones.
I've got the orders. I got the PDF on my phone. Give me a sec while I check. Because I actually just like I should probably download the actual guard codex.
It's good. There's a lot in it.
There is a lot, and so I'm reading through my phone slowly. Fuck. I'll find it later.
I
Well, into this
assume
one now.
when you take these regiment doctrines, you're losing your unique, what's it called, orders.
Mhm.
That's true. But what is worth mentioning about these doctrines is it doesn't specify that you have to choose 1 infantry and 1 vehicle one. So what you can do is a full battalion, or in sometimes the case with guard, a brigade full of infantry.
Yeah.
Give them 2 infantry doctrines. Then you do a spearhead of Lehman Russ, which then all become objective secured, and you give them 2 vehicle rules.
Yep.
I think that's the way guard are going to be played now. Honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably. It's got to be a lot of mixing.
You could quite nicely take Wilderness Survivors and some of the other ones. I'd probably just take it, like in my infantry, just 100% always take Wilderness Survivors.
Mm.
Oh yeah, and +1 save across the board is nice.
So having a look as well. So move. Yeah, you are right. You have to advance. And forwards for the Emperor is it can shoot even if it advances this phase, this movement phase. So that's the difference. Yeah. So, but in reality, if you don't necessarily advance, you're getting +1 to save across the board for all your infantry, which is just convenient. Or like heavy weapon teams or things that you don't really want to move at all or don't need to. Getting extra saves is always nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, moving on. Jury-rigged repairs, one of the vehicle ones. At the start of your turn, roll a d6 for each vehicle from your army that, with this doctrine that has lost a wound. On a 2 to 4, it regains 1 lost wound. On a 5+, that model regains d3 more lost wounds.
It's like
living metal, but better.
Yeah. Get d3
What
back.
metals always D3?
No, living metal's 1.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, you make it D3 with spiders, don't you?
No,
But
spiders can heal D3. The Canoptech cloak on a Cryptech if you're right next to them at the start of the phase. It changes it from D3 to from 1 to D3.
Yeah, this. You're gonna get a lot of healing, and if you take some fucking tech priests, you can heal in your vehicles even more. You can get some quite a lot of wounds on your healing up your tanks, which is quite nice.
You can even throw in the cheeky.
Although I'm not entirely sure with guard if you really get a chance for tanks to heal or if they just get killed.
Yeah, that's
They're,
true.
they're tough as 8, so you can get some good.
Yeah, but if you get last cannons,
You can get some healing out of it.
You got a decent amount of wounds usually,
Yeah.
so.
So, moving on. Lord's Approval. When resolving an attack made with a melee weapon by a regiment infantry model with this doctrine, whilst within 9 of a friendly regiment officer model, improve the AP characteristic by 1.
That's so good.
Right, so when your infantry unit's not going to be within 9 inches of an officer.
Yeah, so that means just flat every time they get attacked.
Yeah.
In melee, they're +1 to their. Now, bear with me. I've got to kind of make some little adjustments because my battery light doesn't like being on its side, which it currently is.
I mean, I assume Lord's Approval, if you're going to take that, you're also going to take a little priest in there. Buff
Yeah.
those boys, give them some a bit more strength,
Cheeky priest.
because that makes them actually quite nasty in combat then.
Ignore my head. Oh, really?
It's a shame you can't give that to catechins.
No, it's not.
Charleston later.
No, it's not.
Yes. Yes, it is.
No,
They would
no,
really just make them stronger than Space
You know-
Marine in
do you know
combat.
how,
Yeah, we
with their
still
do you
stasis.
not know, do you not understand how strong catechins actually are?
No, I know how strong they are.
Oh, he wants them to be stronger to fight Marines.
Nope. they already can fight Marines.
I just love the idea that a Marine is strength 4 in combat, but a catechin, if you could give it that, would be strength 4 -1.
Oh, that's kind of funny. Just really beat them up.
What's the priest buffs?
+1 attack.
Yeah, it's +1,
Okay.
+1 attack. Hence why you give it with Bulgrins.
You can't
Ignore the static. There we go.
you do +1 strength or anything.
No. The +1
Bulgrins have
strength
infantry
aura
keyword,
buff.
by the way.
Yeah, of course they do.
So that could work
Yeah.
very well with a Bulgrin bomb if you can back it up.
True, but
I-
it's just you probably just run what people do with protections is you take shit tons and you just charge them at everything because they're cheap fodder quality attacks.
I don't know if Fulgrims have the regiment keyword.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. They might not do.
Balkans don't know because they're
They don't.
auxiliary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why they end up with
The priests.
they don't have a Tempestus keyword, do they? But
No.
they just look Tempestus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
take
the
them.
Bulgrins with the plating look kind of similar.
And they're advertised as Tempestus.
Yeah, because if look, I'll show you in the front. So look at all these
Yeah.
Tempestus boys. Oh, look at who's hiding in the seam. It's 3 fucking Bulgrins, and there's some in the back.
in the same same paint scheme as well.
Yeah, there we go. There they are.
It's because they're auxiliary, and it's
Yeah.
just
They
They're
can
not
go
a part of a
anywhere.
regiment, so they don't have the
They
regiment.
may as well have just made them
Tempestus.
Tempestus though for the sake of
Yeah, but they don't paratroop. They don't
Yeah.
go
No,
battlefield.
no, they don't. You
I'm
just push them out the back of a Valkyrie and hope they don't die.
to me, that's most people coming out of a Valkyrie.
Now here's the right, like they have like grav chutes and everything. You just open the bay doors and just kick them out.
a Taurox doesn't grab shoot from a Valkyrie.
But can you deep strike it from a Valkyrie?
You can if you.
Can you?
No,
What,
that's possible.
Taurox?
So it's a Taurus assault vehicle, which is the
It doesn't
Elysium.
exist anymore.
Okay, right. Here's my idea. Here's my thinking. Right, you know, in Titanfall, when you call a Titan down, and it just plummets through the atmosphere.
Yeah,
I can imagine
Bulgrin.
there's a Valkyrie up there, like super high up, and it just kicks the fucking Bulgrin out the side, and he just plummets to the earth, and then holds the slab shield on the front to kind of soften the impact. Because he's got a fucking 2-up save with that thing. He's fine.
It's got a heat shield.
He just prepare for Ogrin fall. Like I'm just start clubbing people.
So, Monster Hunters.
Yeah, thank you for helping us move on. Monster Hunters. When resolving an attack with a heavy weapon by a model with this doctrine against the same monster, an unmodified wound roll inflicts 1 mortal wound in addition to any other damage.
It is shit because
Monsters are so specific.
Yeah.
monsters are so like most armies do not have any monsters.
Well, you think he's
was
like that
against
should probably be a
vehicles, they'd
monster.
just be
It's
better
not.
Imperial Fists.
Imagine. I just want to point out as well, I love from the quote here from the veteran guardsman Garadux from the 47th, they're called Lictor Killers.
Oh yeah.
Which
There's
is
a couple of
this
really
boy
cool
here.
like specific regiments that are like sub-regiments.
Yeah, I just love, the Indigan Prefects 47th Lictor Killers.
'Cause
Specifically,
you get-
fuck all the Lictors. We're coming to hunt them down.
You get like Armageddon Orc Hunters, which are like
Oh, I love those.
you pretty much just run them as catchguns, but now you could give them like Monster Hunter and like Slum Fighters. It's
Oh,
the next
yeah.
one.
And speaking
So
of slum fighters,
Orcs don't have the monster keyword. Big sad.
I know,
big
but
sad. But it, it's funny.
Gascon might.
Gascon
Gascon
probably will. But with slum fighters, when resolving an attack made with a melee weapon by an infantry model with this doctrine, an unmodified hit roll of a 6 scores an additional hit.
Right.
Notice it doesn't say regiment; it just says flat infantry.
Notice
Yeah,
how it
but-
doesn't
but-
say something like one fighting chaos units, because
Oh,
it'd be
yeah.
really stupid for them to have such a specific caveat to a faction rule where you can only use it against one type of
Oh,
army.
you mean the entirety of Deathwatch?
No, I mean fucking chaos.
No, I was about to say no, because Deathwatch are everything is super fucking specific.
Yeah, but you can
you
have something-
your faction
faction
rule.
rule. And what about the chaos faction rule, which is the exact same thing as that, but only works against Imperium?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
Also, doesn't matter if it doesn't say regiment or not. If you don't have the regiment keyword, you don't get the regiment.
Oh yeah, that's a fair
Trait.
point. Yeah, I'm being stupid. My brain's not working because it's buried in database bullshit from today.
It doesn't help that the one right next to it, Law's Approval, says a regiment on it.
Yeah, that's misleading. That bit there, and I apologize for the glare. It's kind of hard to stick it in a spot. I'll put it up like that. That's a bit more readable. And just hold it there. But overall,
Well-
some of these are funky. I like them.
If the regiment one didn't say regiment on it, then you could have 2 different detachments with Lord's Approval, but then the other ones could be the other abilities could be different, so then they
Yeah.
still work.
True. But considering some of the ones here, like Wilderness Survivors does seem good.
I mean,
Combined
taking-
all specs can be kind of funky.
Jury-rigged repairs and gunnery experts makes for a stupid good tank battalion.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's you're kind of like Katie, but you're kind of not, but you can also heal yourself. And as George
Really?
said, considering it's a better living metal, and that's an entire wide army rule for the Necrons.
Isn't gunnery experts half of the Catachan?
Is it Kalachan or is it Gade? Oh no, Cadians is if they...
Definitely Cadia. Cadians if they don't move.
Gunnery Expert is
Catachan, right?
yeah.
Yeah, because
It's the
the Cadian
last
one is if
action.
they move less than half their movement.
So if they don't move.
If they don't move.
Yeah.
Right, okay. See,
Which
I don't play
sucks.
God, I don't know these things.
That's what a lot of armies have
Yeah.
it.
They're starting
Only-
to get
it's,
more of it now. Especially.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It's a stupid rule.
It just means that everything becomes slower.
I play the Necrons that do that, and I hate it.
It's not fun.
It's do you get it in the first turn? No.
No. Sad. But yeah, overall though, is there any others that probably stand out more than most? Like how far from the hip does seem good for that higher maneuverability.
I don't think, other than the tank ones, I don't think
So
any of them
jury
are that
rig and
good.
gunnery expert.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that many of them are better than actual doctor, like
I
the
don't
actual
believe
regiments.
Few ones are no, but if you want to go a tank detachment, I think you should probably use these.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think you'll probably still take things like Cadia and stuff. Because the thing is, Cadia can give a unit reroll all her hits,
Yeah.
which is nice on mortar team,
Oh yeah.
which you want. And you're
Yeah.
gonna take mortar teams.
Because mortars are cool.
They're just dumb.
But hey, a lot of
Indirect
these,
fire.
again, a lot of these are all supposed to be more narrative and kind of fluffy and allow you to just kind of customize it a lot, which every army needed. It just needed more options, and there, as you said, there'll probably be multiple detachments coming out in tournament lists that will have a fucking whole spaghetti pot of mixture of shit from here. And it just, again, time will tell. But there are some clear, as people say, there are some clear shining ones out of this. And clear shining ones also kind of leads on to tank aces. Because segues are hard. Right, so, tank aces. It's slightly different from the Tau one. So, if an Astra Militarum character is your warlord, rather than determining a warlord trait for that model, you can instead select one tank ace ability from a vehicle, for an Astra Militarum vehicle in your army. To do so before the battle begins, without, if it's a Astra Militarum vehicle without the Brood Brother keyword from your army, select tank ace from the corresponding list below. Note that some vehicles cannot be given the tank ace abilities, and they apply to the selected model until the end of battle. You also have access to a stratagem for 1 CP, which you can just have another tank ace.
Which you probably would.
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah,
going to.
you will.
Yep. You're probably going to like keep a warlord trait, and then spend the because you can only spend this once. Oh no, that's what you can do. No, you could sacrifice a warlord trait, play this so you get 2, and then can you give a warlord trait for a CP?
No, I don't think so. If you could get 3 tank aces then,
Yeah.
which you would do.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're really nice.
Yeah, and they're broken down by their categories. So we've got main battle tanks, we've got support, and we've got the super heavies. Some of them are less, but obviously the main bulk of a guard army is going to be in here, in the main battle tanks. But the super heavy aces are just nice to have. I think they're really cool, but we'll go through them. So these ones are all for Lehman Russes. Master Mechanic. When resolving an attack with a ranged weapon against this unit, reduce the damage characteristic of that weapon by 1.
Very nice.
That's fucking nice.
Juicy, especially if you take it on some kind of like fancy, I don't know, 4-year-old Lehman Russ or something.
Mm.
That like, because there's obviously Lehman Russes come in a lot of different shapes and sizes.
Yeah, exactly.
If you take that on a, it's mostly going to be Lehman Russ tank commanders because they're the best Lehman Russ.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
And then if you do that and have the 2 tank regiments, one of which being the You Heal,
Yeah.
it's going to be very hard to kill that tank.
That one tank is going to be an absolute fucking pain for the entire game.
Especially when you're with a Psycho casting spells on it to give it cover.
That's the thing is,
Possible save mass of it.
Yeah.
you give it the vehicle, you give it Master Mechanic, and you give it the Cadian Relic Battle Cannon. That thing will not fucking die. No, you wouldn't get Master Mechanic. But that would make anything you would give the Relic Battle Cannon to a lot more survivable, instead of being like a really big fucking target. It makes them harder to shift and just makes things more convenient for you. I can see that working.
It's going to be a bad time.
Yeah. Slow and purposeful. In your shooting phase, when resolving an attack made by this model, if it did not move or moved a distance less than half its movement characteristic, in the preceding movement phase, re-roll a wound roll of 1.
Wow, can you imagine if that's what it did back in 7th edition? I'd love that.
Oh my god. Hey Haritza, how's it going, my dude? We've already kind of gone over some of the guard stuff, but we're carrying on with the tank cases. The video will be up at some point when I remember to do it. But I think that's just nice to have.
I mean, you're not ever gonna be moving more than half your movement, so it's
Yeah.
just it basically may as well say reroll wound rolls of 1.
Yeah, just flat. There you go.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah. Weapon expert. Improve the AP characteristic of turret weapons of this model by 1. So that means if it's a turret weapon, it's the main gun, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Punisher Gatling cannon.
Yeah,
It's the
Punisher
one
Gatling
that
Cannon
shoots
being
twice.
AP 2?
AP1.
They're AP 1
AP1, it's
base.
Yeah, no, it's not.
No.
It's not
Oh, they're AP 0 base.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Which
having them
is why-
AP 1 is nice.
Oh yeah, no, it's insane.
This I will say this works quite well on a Taurox Prime with a Gatling cannon as well. Because that's straight.
Can't put,
Because
you
that's
can't put it on Cross Prime.
but it's an Astra Militarum vehicle. Oh wait,
Yeah,
no.
Russ.
can.
Oh no, these are
Right.
Lehman Russes. What the fuck am I on about? Oh my god. Oh, I'm bad at this. I'm so sorry. I'm like, oh, that would be good. No, there's something else which will be good for that. We'll get to that in a sec. But just having main battle the normal battle cannons, Leman Russ Punishers are more viable now, obviously with this. It's just convenient to give it an extra -1 AP, and there's options for you to use it on. Armored Rush. In your shooting phase, this model can shoot with its turret weapons it is equipped with, even if it advanced that turn. I mean, sure.
Not very, like,
It's only the turret, not the sponsons.
I find it weird that it says it can shoot. It's not like you shoot as if you haven't moved or anything. So I assume you still got -1 to hit.
I would assume so.
You don't have -1 to hit with the tank with the turret.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you just shoot, I guess.
Yeah, you just shoot.
Still, it's a bit niche. You're not going to be wanting to zip it.
Yeah,
Like, you're
exactly.
still having your shots.
Unless you're taking your tanks and running people over with them. I love the description. The ace loves nothing more than the thrill of firing their tank's main cannon as they rush at the foe. They fucking get off on it. They love it. Up armored. This model has a 2-up save.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a
Nice,
2-up save.
cool. I'll happily take that 2-up save. And then Steel Commander, a tank commander models with this ability can issue 1 additional tank order each turn.
That's really nice.
That's how many orders do they get? They get 2 or 1?
1.
So they get 1.
The tank commanders only get 1.
So you get that up to 2.
But it means that he goes from basically just buffing himself, because that's what you're gonna do, to buffing another Leman Russ as well.
Yeah. It
Really nice.
it spreads the aura around, and if you've got multiple tanks just kind of cuddling together, being able to issue those
if you're
out.
taking that 5-up Overwatch one, you're
Oh,
gonna be close to the 2 orders definitely. So
Yeah, that will be a Leman Russ castle that will never move.
Yeah.
So those are all the ones for the Leman Russ. Obviously, there's some fucking nice ones in here. I really like. I think the Leman Russ ones are shining examples.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
there's a place for every single one of them.
Oh yeah, exactly. So we go on to support aces, which is for Basilisk, Wyvern, Hydra, Manticore, and Deathstrike.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
The
one of
Deathstrike
these
would be nice.
is actually stupid.
Is it the full payload?
Yeah.
Yeah, full payload. Do not roll to determine the damage characteristic of weapons this model is equipped with. They have their maximum value.
I don't really know.
So check that on the
damage.
Deathstrike.
Yes, like that. Wait, what's the Deathstrike's damage?
Death Strike is per hit. It's not per
Yeah, I don't think the definition.
You want lots of shots with the Death Strike, not damage.
There's
But the
more weapons on
Wyverns,
the
on the
head.
other hand,
For
Is this best on a Wyvern or a Basilisk? Because I don't actually know the damage stats on.
Well, a Basilisk is the anti-A one, so it's got the autocannon, so it's a flat 2 damage.
Basilisk isn't as a Hydra.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's a Hydra. Yeah.
there's too many names that
So you
sound
wouldn't take that
similar.
on the Hydra. It'd probably be a Basilisk you take that on because it's D6.
Yeah, yeah. But just making it flat 6 damage can be huge.
No, I mean that's insane. Like flat damage is fantastic. Having flat I'm having flat 3 or 6. It's
Mm.
oh.
And I will always advocate for having flat damage on everything. Makes it convenient. Shatterer of Will. In the shooting phase, after you resolved all the attacks made by this model, select 1 enemy unit from any of those attacks that any of those attacks scored a hit against until the end of the turn, -2 from their leadership characteristic.
No, just no.
Yeah.
That's not going to really come into play.
No, but man, it's like, hey, we're gonna really upset one man.
Anything that you hit with like a Manticore will die.
Exactly. There's not really a place for that. Or it's like, just in case something didn't die, then -2 to their base leadership. That may help,
Yeah.
but it's probably not going to come across too much. And then
If they want to keep it, they'll just keep it with.
Yeah,
it-
they'll spend CP.
So Basilisk's Earthshaker Cannon is the D3 damage one.
So having that being flat 3,
Yes.
that's nice.
And the Manticore's Storm Eagle rockets are also 3 damage.
Mhm.
That's it actually. So those are the only things. So you can't actually get more than that.
Yeah, but those are two really good options though.
Yeah. You can't. It's weird because like you can technically put it on a Death Strike, Manticore, Hydra. Sorry, Death Strike with an Hydra.
Mm.
They won't do anything.
So technically, you can give. I believe you can give all of those hunter killer missiles. Right?
True, you probably can.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the thing
So,
is, you could
That's
do
flat
it.
6.
Drinky.
That's funny, actually.
Right, last one. Well-stocked magazines. When we're rolling to determine the type characteristic of a ranged weapon that the model is equipped with, you can reroll any or all of the dice.
Rubbish. Absolute garbage, because you're gonna say gunnery experts, which is the same fucking thing.
Well, the
Yeah.
gunnery
gunnery
experts...
experts actually real one of the dice.
Yeah, it's one of the
Which-
dice. This is one or all.
But I would take rerolling 1 and having flat 3 damage instead.
Chances are you don't need to reroll more than one dice because your options are, maybe if you have a wyvern, maybe has 4d6 shots, but everything else has 1 or 2d6 shots.
Yeah.
The,
So you-
the only thing I would take this on
Mm.
would be a Death Strike.
Yeah.
That's probably
Actually,
the
I
only
would
reason it
definitely
exists
agree
is
with
for Death Strike.
Yeah.
But obviously,
Because
pretty much everyone's going to
they're
take full
3D.
payload. That's just good. You can't argue with that. That is worth 1 CP. Easily.
Oh, yeah.
So worth just spending an extra CP to take it.
That absolutely wipes out, like, destroyers or
It'll really hurt
anything
Marines.
else with 3 wings.
Aggressors.
Aggressors,
Mm,
suppressors.
especially because those aggressor bombs are starting to get more scary.
And basically, that's all of them.
Yeah.
Super heavy aces.
The super heavy aces, we've got
Pointless.
Inspiring Might. When a morale test is taken for a friendly Astra Militarum unit within 6 of this model, roll 1 additional d6 and discard 1 of the dice.
Why?
Very bad.
They're dead anyway if they get shot at.
Hold down deployment. This model receives the benefit of cover until the first time it moves in the battle.
That's quite funny, actually.
That one is quite funny because if you do
I
not
don't
move
mind
them
that.
at all, it's always got cover. You
Yeah,
just
but,
can't
like-
move it.
But considering you're putting that in a list before you do anything else, if it come up against either Iron Warriors or Imperial Fist, it's useless.
Well, you don't have to put it in your list before you.
No, it's before the
Yeah.
battle.
No.
Before
Yeah,
the
so you-
battle,
so
it means
you
you
could
have
do
to do it before the game starts, but in
Oh.
your list.
Yeah.
In a
It
tournament.
doesn't, it doesn't have to be in your list.
Just like you choose a psychic powers before the battle, Judge.
Yeah, exactly. Same kind of thing. And then the last one, Steadfast
There's
Leviathan.
relics and war traits.
Yeah. If your army is battle forged, this model gains the regimental doctrine of its regiment, even if it's in a super heavy auxiliary detachment.
You're
Right,
gonna
so-
put it. Yes, you're gonna put it in a Supreme Command detachment. You're
Exactly. So
fucking
it
guard.
sounds good, but it's not. You just
No,
Put
it's
it
like,
different
oh, that
detachment.
could be cool, but there's already such a easy way around that. So
The thing is,
Mhm.
if you're taking Lehman Russes, say you don't want that many Lehman Russes, and you're taking
first
like,
off,
a-
what's
a-
wrong with you? You're playing guard.
Well, as in the point is
They're expensive.
you're either gonna take a spearhead detachment with loads of them in,
Yeah.
or you're taking a Supreme Command detachment with 3 Commander Lehman Russ tanks.
or you just do both.
You get a shipment
Or you
of
do
a,
both.
of 100 Bane Blades. That's what we need.
Or like just take cheap. Just take. You know, there's
Yeah.
probably-
Or you can take 3 Bane Blades.
3 Bane
In
Blades.
a...
I was really hoping for a super heavy ace I could make a Stormlord useful.
Hmm.
But
Unfortunately, you picked wrong.
I might be wrong a little bit. Isn't it a strat that makes
don't think so.
what?
Yeah.
I haven't learned luck.
Yeah. But
We'll
out
see.
of the tank aces, the
The
Lehman
big
Russes
thing-
are all good. The support ace one, obviously
Mhm.
full payload, is just good.
Big thing is though, they were like, man, look at all these tanks getting aces. Man, we definitely haven't missed the Hellhound.
Yeah.
Why can't the Hellhound get any of these?
So,
It's
basically-
stupid.
That is all you care about. Pretty much anyone who's watching this one, and all of these are the only ones people are going to care about.
The absolute biggest play would be if they made a Hellhound one, make it so it always explodes and the explosion is d6 mortal wounds.
Well, if
Big gamble.
No,
To be fair,
because
the only
don't
thing
Guard already have those like little remote bombs they can drive around, which do D6
Actually,
mortal
no,
wounds?
that would actually be insane, Judge, because you would take it in Talon and then outflank it.
And just fucking
Oh.
go.
You just walk it into their territory and it blows up.
I'm
Never
gonna
mind.
assume the only reason. I mean, I don't think GW are this smart because their low ranking team
Mm.
is bad. But I can only assume that the reason that you don't get Hellhound aces is because they just fucking don't live long enough.
They don't survive.
Yeah, because they're in just fucking explosive boxes.
That's true.
I know that the chem and the chem cannon lads and the Bane Hound or whatever, those
Bane
the other
Wolf.
two,
Devil Dog.
the Devil Dog and the Bane Wolf.
Yeah.
They just die of like radiation and chemical poisoning very
Nice.
quickly.
For the Guard, am I right? But yeah, that's the thing. Is pretty much these are the only ones you're going to care about. Is the full payload and all of the Lehman Russ ones. They're just amazing,
Mhm.
absolutely amazing. Definitely worth dropping a Warlord trait and then giving yourself a tank case, or taking a Warlord trait and a tank case at the same time. You know, because fuck it. Yeah. Right. Stratagems. So we've got 3, 6, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I count that right? Yeah. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so 14 stratagems here, not including the Tempestus stuff, which we'll get to in a second. So, starting off with Relentless for 1 CP. Use the stratagem at the start of your turn. Select one vehicle model, except a Titanic model, that has a damage table on its daily sheet. Until the end of that turn, it uses its top row of its damage table, regardless of how many wounds it's lost.
I'm amazed they don't already have this.
I'm really
no.
surprised, considering AdMech got it, and they came out before the Guard.
I wish it was you could pay 2 CP or something to let it work on Titanic models.
Yeah, give it the option to upgrade.
Yeah.
But then they would have to specify, because then you could... Oh, I mean, actually, Knights already have that, don't they?
Knights are also not Astra Militarum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
It
true.
would it's literally only for Baneblades. It literally is trying to restrict these. There's a lot of pointless Baneblade restrictions in the extra books.
Yeah.
Painblades aren't particularly good.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
They don't
sad,
have
considering what they are.
Yeah, they're fucking iconic.
Mm.
Like,
But, yeah, this is the price you pay in order to play Guard. So, we got Direct Onslaught. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a Manticore or Wyvern model from your army is chosen to shoot with until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack with a Storm Eagle rocket or Wyvern quad Storm Shard mortar by that model against the unit that is visible to it, add 1 to the hit roll.
I hate this.
It's
Mainly
very
because it's
cute.
just bust.
You never
What
use
is-
it.
Wait, you would never use this? You never...
No, you'd stay behind cover and reroll all of your hits anyway.
Yeah.
Right, true, but it is still nice to get... There'll
If
be
you
an
really
occasion...
want +1 to hit, you get the Blackstone Fortress.
Wait, what?
Is it Blackstone Fortress? The special Primaris Psyker that has a spell which is +1 to hit. Just use
Oh, I
that.
didn't know that existed.
I always forget about those ones.
So technically, you could use both and hit on 2s, but you're rerolling all hits. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Why are they rolling all hits?
That's just a built-in rule that they have.
Make them No, they've real wounds. You make them
Yeah,
Cadian.
okay, so if you're not making them Cadia because you're doing the other thing with up gunners, like the gunnery things and experts and stuff, and
Yeah.
health regen, then it's worth it. Although if you'll probably take them as Cadia, but isn't that a use of a tank commander as well? Give them all hits.
No, you can't. You can't give them tank commands, as
what-
far as I know.
How'd you
It's
make them
only
roll
in
hits
Rex.
then?
I forgot that you could give them orders.
Yeah.
You can make them reroll once.
Right, cool.
Oh,
Wasn't it is good on them then.
Master of Ordnance, I think, might do something. Let me have a look.
Probably.
Master of Ordnance grants them reroll hits, I believe. Or reroll hits of 1 at least.
Which they would already have.
Unless they were paid. Yeah.
It's again, it's a situational one, but can see some use depending on situations. It's a nice thing to have in your back pocket.
I mainly just hate
Yeah,
it
it rolls
Because the thing is, it
things
has to
ignore
be
line of
visible
sight
to
already.
you. You know?
Yeah, at least it makes you have to need line of sight. But honestly, you should I just.
It
don't
should be the
like
other way around. You should have a penalty.
It should be the other way around. It should be if you don't have the rule on things like Manticores and Wyverns should be if you don't have line of sight or something, you should have -1 to hit.
Yeah.
Because fucking hell, they're really strong.
Targeting computers and such. Right, so we've got Experienced Eye for 1 CP. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when an Astra Militarum veterans unit from your army is chosen to shoot with. Until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made with a weapon in that unit, by a model in that unit, improve its AP characteristic by 1.
Sweet, what?
Nice.
So for veterans, you can make...
Full plasma.
yeah, you can give them +1 AP to any of their weapons.
Fucking juicy.
For 1 CP, it's pretty nice.
Really good.
Yeah. Furious Charge for an Ogren unit. Use the stratagem in your charge phase. When an Ogren from your army finishes the charge, for each model in that unit, you can select one enemy unit within an inch. Roll a d6. On a 4+, the enemy unit takes a mortal wound.
I like how it's slightly shitter than the Tau one.
Yeah, but it's per model, and it's on a 4+, which is nice.
The
No,
most
I
you're
mean, like,
having
the
is
Tau one is
9,
the set.
though.
The Tau one was the same, but on a 3.
Yeah.
Also, it's got Furious Charge, which is cute because that used to be a rule.
What's their rule with Avalanche of... Like, they have a fleshy something. Hang on. It's
Avalanche
very...
definitely
This
not
is
Avalanche.
very
I
much...
just like a bit abomination rule.
No, hang on. I've got the fucking list. Let me check. They had something. I have to...
Avalanche Muscle.
That's the one. Oh, hi, Tom. How's it going?
Hello. Yeah,
You've
I'm
messed up.
here to
We haven't
gonna
got...
talk about Tempestus.
We haven't got to the Tempestus bit yet. We are just about to, though.
I
Cool.
should
So
also
you have
notice
great
the weather
timing.
spoons up on your phone then, Gareth.
Yeah, I'm checking, getting my list. See? It's getting my battle score, which you can't see on the fucking stream, but...
Referring back to direct onslaught.
Yep.
Fastest all is reroll hit rolls of 1. So it is a really good stratagem. Being able to get +1 to hit on a Manticore or Wyvern. Real good.
Right,
I
okay.
don't see it being used
So,
too much.
the
No,
Ogrins
I think
and
will.
Bulgrins...
Especially when something's already hit.
Yeah. Bulgrins get... You can add +1 to your attacks characteristic of the model in the fight phase... for the model in the fight phase if any turn in which it made a successful charge. It's called Avalanche of Muscle. So thank you, Tom, for the clarification. But that's the thing. That plus this... I love this because it's the ogre... It's the built-in ogre ability for Age of Sigmar. But for them, it's a
Paying 1
6.
CP for, on average, 4.5
Yeah.
mortal wounds.
Because it is of the model, not the
Dead-
unit.
Dead any.
So there is that kind of justification that it's the model, not the unit. So if you get all
You've
6
got-
in...
You've got to roll a big charge to get that many in.
Or just
They
be
are-
close.
They're
Yeah.
very big.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's a thing to have in your pocket. Again, a lot of these stratagems seem very much like, oh, I've got something in my back pocket. Oh, by the way, this one scenario which I didn't know would come up, but this should be funny. Play the 1 CP, off you go.
A lot of the guard stratagems are already like that, so this is great.
It's just par for the
A,
course.
a Storm Eagle, sorry, as Manticores, they can't fire all 4 of their rockets at once, can they?
No,
Okay.
one a turn.
Cool. No, but direct onslaught makes them good for mincing flyers if you don't have any height.
Well, that's true.
You will see the flyer.
Yeah,
Unless
you have to be able to
really
see it.
scary.
So
You will. If...
it's going to be very hard to hide it.
That is very nice.
Yeah. So, splash damage, 1 CP. It's for a Hellhound. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a Hellhound model is chosen from your army to shoot with. To the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made with a Chem Cannon, Inferno Cannon, or Melter Cannon by that model against the unit that is receiving the benefit of cover, you can reroll the wound roll.
It's quite nice.
Very specific, but as long as they recover, you get to reroll all wounds.
Yeah.
Which can be quite funny. Concentrated Fire for 1 CP. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a heavy weapon squad from your army is chosen to shoot with. Select one enemy unit until the end of that phase. Attacks made by models in this heavy weapon squad must target that one enemy unit, and resolving attacks add 1 to the hit and wound rolls of any attack made from the heavy weapons list.
That's fucking stupid, what?
There is no range on this. It is just pick something. You pick a
The word-
heavy weapon
I
squad.
find the wording very strange.
Yeah.
Because it's basically when you fire a heavy weapon squad, get +1 to hit.
So yeah, select one. So you select an enemy unit, and to the end of that phase, attacks made by models in that heavy weapon squad, you have to all target the same unit, and any weapons that are shooting it, get +1 to hit and +1 to wound.
+1 to hit and wound on mortars is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Weapon team, +1 to hit and wound on las cannons.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
Wound
obviously,
on twos.
but like,
It makes them terrifying, and
mortars?
it's 1 CP. I'm surprised this is 1 CP. I feel like this
Yeah,
should be
yeah.
2.
Cannons
But
hit on 3s and wound
it's-
on 2s for 1
it's-
CP is gross.
It's 1 CP because it's 3 models,
Mm,
but it is 3 las cannons or 3
well,
mortars.
yeah, it's 1 CP for +1 to
Heavy
wound
mortars.
people.
Yeah.
It's-
How many lash cannon shots do you get out of a heavy weapon squad if it's a
1.
one shot each?
One per guy.
Okay.
Or
But
rather, 0.5
that's
per guy.
pretty good, actually, thinking about it. Again, this just seems really good. Just +1 to hit, +1 to wound.
Oh, you'll use that every. You can easily see people using that every time.
Oh yeah, easily.
I mean, it's 1 CP and you're playing guard. You've got stupid amounts of CP.
Exactly. Just throw it out. You need these in card form so you can just slap it on the board whenever you want.
that is how.
But no, buy an entire deck of just this stratagem and just stop fanning them out, making it
Tuck it
rain
under the,
CP. Right. So we got strike first, strike hard. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase in the first battle round. When an armored sentinels or scout sentinels unit from your army is chosen to shoot with, until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made by a model in that unit, add 2 to the hit roll.
Do
I like this.
Sentinels move a squadron? Are they a squadron or do they stay as a unit?
They're
Yeah.
a squadron.
No, they stay as a unit.
Right,
Do?
yeah, that's
Okay.
what I meant. Yeah, they
So
they
if you give
are-
these a bunch of fucking plasma cannons on these bad boys, fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, you
'Cause
get
they
them
don't-
up there, but it's only the
So
first battle
currently,
round.
what people do with them is they use them to fill out brigades, but also they are the most point-efficient las cannons in the game at the moment.
Makes sense.
Wait, really?
So, yeah, they're the most point-efficient las cannons. Which
Well,
is hilarious.
more than heavy weapons teams.
Yeah.
Ooh. Armored or
With these,
scout?
though, Ev,
Hmm.
with this stratagem, does it make plasma cannons worth taking because you can't overheat in the first turn?
There's just the sheer there's a sheer fact that they have random shots make me say no,
Yeah.
That's fair.
because you might just roll a bunch of ones and then you've got 3.
But I
worse
don't know
than
how much they
las cannon
cost, that's the
shots, so you
thing.
might as well just take the las cannons.
Yeah. But again, +2 to hit across the board, negating it means that scout sentinels and armored sentinels scare the shit out of flyers.
They can hit on 2s.
Yeah, you're hitting on 2s, but if they're always -1 to hit for whatever reason, you're negating that.
Mhm.
So they hit on
Well,
4s
they're moving.
normally, correct?
If they
Yeah.
move them,
4s normally, so that means you're hitting on 3s.
But if you've got a las cannon, you only need to move for line of sight.
Mm.
True.
And if you're a scout sentinel, you get a pre-game move.
Exactly.
That's the thing, yeah. You get the pre-game move makes it kind of more scary. I think that's why this really benefits is having you pre-scout move, and then you make sure if you're going first, and then you're +2 to hit. That's for 1 CP. That's stupid. There is only one stratagem here, which is 2 CP. Everything else is 1.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting, but we'll move on. Shield of Flesh. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when an infantry unit from your army that is within 3 inches of a friendly Bullgrin's unit is chosen as the target of an attack. Until the end of that phase, resolving an attack made against the infantry, if that Bullgrin's unit is closer than to the attacking model than the infantry unit is, -1 to hit. It's not pulling mortal wounds. It's just they're -1 to hit.
Mhm.
That's
And-
nice.
It's not locked to Astra Militarum infantry, is it?
No, it just
No,
says infantry, so Tempestus can use this too.
Yeah, or anything in soup. So
You can
Space
just
Marine
soup it in.
Sisters. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, thinking about it, yeah.
So if we've got some Raven Guard behind it, over,
Ooh,
Oh my god.
-2 to
the
hit.
stealthy Bullgrin bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, it just becomes target acquisition of what you need to focus more. Because
I would be surprised if that. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets FAQ'd though.
well, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, most likely.
that's
It will
fair.
probably
That's
change it to Astra Unit because I feel like they had something similar not long ago.
Mm.
That's a bit nuts. Then they have something for Iron Warriors or something that had some problem.
I'm not
Seems a
sure.
bit
I don't
strange.
know. I don't play
Salamander.
Chaos.
Yeah, Salamanders have it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was FAQ.
Self-sacrifice.
Self-sacrifice was crazy.
It's fucking. There's some actual shenanigans. It's always fun. Right. So 2 CP for Hail of Fire, the only 2 CP one in the book. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase. When a Lehman Russ model from your army is chosen to shoot with, until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack with a weapon against a vehicle unit, do not roll the type characteristic of that weapon.
Oof.
So only against anything that is a vehicle that you're shooting at.
So far.
Which, considering with what you can stick on a fucking Lehman Russ, you're always going to be shooting a vehicle with it.
Not always.
Most of the time.
Depends
It
on
really
the
depends on the Russ.
Yeah, like you're not going to use this on a Punisher. You're going to
Oh no.
you're going to use this on a battle cannon.
You can't use this on a. Well, you can use it on a
Yeah.
Punisher. but it doesn't
What's
do
the
anything.
plasma gun that you can stick on a Lehman Russ? That's fucking huge.
Executioner plasma cannon.
That's the one. That's
Yeah, you have
variable,
heavy-
isn't it?
a flat 6 shots. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as
I
you're,
remember
shooting a
you,
vehicle with it.
Yeah, I remember you can shoot twice with Limerus with your main weapon. So.
Yeah. So
12 shots.
this
And then
2
you've got
CP,
the
you're doing
eradicate-
this because it's until the end of the
It's-
phase.
Yeah. It's incredible on the Hammer of Sunderance, the relic from the Vigilus detachment.
Yeah, the relic battle cannon.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's... Oof.
Is it
Yes.
turret weapon or all weapons for varying shots?
Oh, thanks Evan for the follow.
I didn't realize I wasn't
Oh,
followed.
fuck you. I was just trying to find my Vigilus book. There it is. There's another
So if
follow.
you
I
ha-
didn't say it.
You could, if you took a
Fuck.
It was me.
Oh, thanks,
if you
George.
took, if you took the plasma cannon as well, then that would also get a flat 3 shot.
There we go.
But does the plasma cannon still kill you on a roll of a 1? Do they ever FAQ?
No, it does
Events.
one wound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the one
One
wound
model
now.
wound.
As opposed to what, D6?
Oh yeah, it's stupid.
No, it's supposed to die in.
No.
Thank you for all touching my spaghetti.
It used to do D6. It used to be a combi plasma on like a Land Raider.
No, it
is what it
literally says here, on a hit roll of a 1, bearer is slain after all weapon shots have been fired.
I think they FAQ'd that though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right,
But I think
so,
Plasma Vents
Oh,
used to
yeah.
do D6.
Yeah.
So strange.
so just double checking the Hammer of Sunderance out of the Vigilus Defiant book. Hammer of Sunderance, 72-inch range, heavy D6, strength 8, -2, flat 3 damage. So you're making it for the entire turn. You're shooting twice. So 12 shots, strength 8, -2, 3 damage flat is terrifying.
Yep.
That's the most worthwhile 2 fucking CP ever. Fuck.
That's another one you're just gonna put out every turn.
Oh yeah, every turn, fucking just slam it down.
And that'll be
As
the
long as
first
they
time
have
I've ever done it.
vehicles.
As long as it's a vehicle, which
Yeah,
considering it's
absolutely.
flat 3 damage and the amount of target rich, like a lot of things taking things out of the vehicle keyword in a very target rich environment, you've got so much choice.
Mhm.
Unless you're playing Necrons, because this will probably, especially if it's
no,
playing
maximum
against
shots,
George's
nice.
Necrons, at least when I play against, only just spikes, he's just like, oh, I need to roll this exact number. Oh, there we go.
So it's got to roll 2s and 1s.
Just gotta roll 2s and 1s, forehead. Roll low. Fucking R. Makes me mad.
Love it.
So, rolling death. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase when a Taurox model is chosen to shoot with until the end of the phase. When resolving an attack by that model, if it's moved less than half its movement characteristic, add 1 to the hit. I like that.
That's not the model I was expecting when I heard the name Rolling Death.
Taurox drivers strike the perfect balance between advancing and maximizing their firepower.
Wow.
But that covers primes, so
Yeah, not
First
bad.
mention of primes.
more primes. It's valid for primes. But it's nice because if you're taking the missiles or the Torx Prime battle cannon or even the Punisher cannon, just having +1 to hit, it's just nice. Because it means you're hitting with the however many shots come out of that thing on 3s. 20 shots on 3s is just nice. And with some of the Tempestus stuff, would probably make it very viable.
On 2s.
2s? They hit on 3s normally?
The Prime hits on 3s.
Oh! Alex, you're making my day.
I didn't know that. I just saw that then. I'm fucking surprised.
Oh.
I just guessed.
It's because they're Tempestus. Yeah.
They shoot better. Yes, it is an universal Necron. All Necron players are bastards. I'm pretty sure
That's
it's
No, they're
true.
not.
That is,
But also,
That's because only the luckiest players still play Necrons.
that's true.
yeah.
Right, so head first, 1 CP. Use the stratagem in your charge phase when a unit from your army is chosen to charge with. Until the end of that phase, if it disembarked from a Chimera, its turn, add 2 to the charge result.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
I love the really weird stratagems. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, you get
I'm never
that?
going to use this, but it might be fun in a silly list where I've got chainsaw bolt pistol veteran squad.
Just off they go. They're gonna go do some. They're gonna go do some purging. Getting at the school bus.
Or you just keep your last
Oh
guns
wait,
and fix
no,
bayonet.
that's actually
Yeah.
really good for catchings.
Yeah.
No, it's not even a useless stratagem. It's really good.
Stick him in there with a priest and
Special
what's his name?
detachment.
Strachan.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and the Vigilance detachment.
Off they fucking go.
You could not fail that shot.
How to make every charge viable.
That is
14-inch
a-
charge?
12
Fuck
inches
it.
away, roll double ones and still get in.
Yeah, exactly. It's a 14-inch charge. Now we're in. 20-inch charge. You got it. Focus bombardment. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a Master of Ordnance unit from your army is chosen to shoot with. Until the end of that phase, the artillery barrage of that unit is equipped with has a type characteristic of Heavy 6.
Oof.
Sure.
Oof.
I don't know what the
One.
artillery does anyway, but that does sound funny for 1 CP.
It's
think it's
A basilisk.
it's 100-inch range, heavy D6, 8 minus 2 D3.
Yeah.
Yes!
So this actually, he has a ballistic skill of 3+,
Yep.
and has the correct rule of if you can't see, -1 to hit.
Why didn't they just give it to fucking everyone?
Because they have probably
I hate it.
fucking drones and shit.
Well, no, I think even other Astra units don't have that rule.
Yeah, it's weird. I know. But hey, we'll take what we can get. And having a stratagem for a unit I didn't even know that existed is always fun.
What?
I didn't know.
They've
I don't play God. I don't know half of these fucking units.
He's just a little fella.
He's just a man.
He's just
I didn't know like an Imperial Fleet officer was a unit that you could take.
Yeah, officer of the fleet.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
It's just an officer.
He's not even in a plane. He's just on the ground.
He's plain, man. He's the guy who holds those 2 glow sticks and brings them
Yeah,
in.
or he's sitting there with his arms out pretending to be a biplane.
He's just here on an inspection, and it just so happened to be that there's a battle on today.
So,
So
I
he-
must
he just-
inspect the Valkyries.
He's
Please
just
bring them
coming
back.
along.
Yeah.
Bureaucracy stops for no one.
You
Yeah.
got your
Did you file those
regimental
forms,
advi-
you fuck?
Your £12 regimental advisors box.
Oh my god, that's so
All of
stupid.
your
The astropath is hilarious because he's got no eyes.
Of course he does. He doesn't
I,
need
I love
eyes.
the
He has the
the
sword.
offer. Sorry.
That is literally the
That's
law, though.
The officer of the fleet's rules are great because he can call in an air raid.
Yep.
You pick an enemy unit. On a
Right.
D6, 1 to 3, nothing happens. On a 4 to 5, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. On a 6, they suffer 3 mortal wounds. That's it.
Just that's
Um,
it. That's all he does.
And he also has strafing coordinates. And so at the start of the shooting phase, you pick an enemy unit other than one which can fly
Mm,
within 18 inches of this. Within 18 inches.
right.
Oh no.
It's like, guys, they're
Okay.
getting too close. Please deal with them.
For the duration of the phase, you can reroll hit rolls of 1 for friendly Aeronautica Imperialis units that can fly.
You'd hope.
That's okay. I know why that'd be
That target
super
that
good.
unit.
That would be super good with a vulture.
Any of the
No,
flyers would be good.
because you do it with a vulture, which has the twin Punisher Gatling cannons. So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
40 shots, and just fucking, that is the strafing run you want. It's like,
I love the
they are
I love the
nearby,
idea.
deal with them.
I do love the idea that it's Aeronautica Imperialis units that can fly.
You
For the
can't do it to other masters of the fleet.
I'm just like, for the express purpose of the officer of the fleet cannot re-roll the one on his bolt pistol.
Oh yes, a bolt pistol.
Oh my god,
wow.
wow.
I love
He's
the
he's
model,
gone up
but
in the
Master
world.
of Ordnance just has a radio, but the Master of Fleet is just stood there holding his gloves.
That's all. No, that's all the planes need is they can just see the glove.
He's wearing blue, to be fair.
Yeah,
That's why it's 18 inches, because he's got to actually wave it down to the.
it's the same kind of thing. Like the same kind of thing the Red Baron used to do. Like he didn't really give orders when he was in the air. All the planes just knew where he was because they could see him. As long as they could see him, they knew what they were doing. And that's why they all had different. That's why they were all different colors.
Ah, I thought so.
So as long as the Master of the Fleet can just put his hand up and just everyone can see it, they're like, right, we're doing this now.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on. Deft maneuvering for 1 CP. Use the stratagem in your opponent's shooting phase when an armored sentinels unit from your army is chosen as a target for an attack until the end of the phase. When resolving an attack made against that unit, half the damage rounding up. For 1 CP, that's nice. Just to give them a little bit of
Another reason to
survivability.
take sentinels.
Yeah. That, strike first and strike hard and deft maneuvering can just be nice.
That's quite nice because they might fire a whole bunch of like plasma, and just like just because of 1 damage, you're overcharging it. You just gotta waste a bunch of plasma.
Oh, look, you guys have died. Oh no, but it's only 1 damage. Fuck you. And then,
Stops you from getting one shot by a las cannon.
yeah,
which is
that's
nice.
true. That is very true. And the last one, Psychic Conclave for 1 CP.
Makes them sponge more than they should.
Yeah. Use the stratagem in the start of your Psychic phase. Select 1 Weird Vein Psychers unit from your army and 1 friendly Astra Militarum Primaris Psyker unit within
Ooh,
6.
I like that.
Until the end of that phase, when a Psychic test is taken for a model in either of those units, add 2 to the result. In addition, until the end of the phase, each one of those units can attempt an additional psychic power.
Wow,
That's
amazing.
so good.
That second bit is incredible.
Yeah, having extra
That's
psychic
1
powers is...
CP.
Yeah,
It's just free
Yeah.
smites.
Yeah, but
One-
that's only smite for them, right?
Yeah.
yeah, but it doesn't matter because you give your primary psyker potential times 2 times the cost of Night Shroud.
No, you can't cast try and
You
cast the
can't
same thing
cast
twice.
Oh, so it's not okay. Oh,
But you can cast Night Shroud and Psychic
Psychic
Barrier,
Barrier.
minus 1 hit.
Mm.
Plus minus 1 hit, plus 1 hit,
Well,
plus
does he know 2 spells?
it just says
Yes.
and
I
it can attempt
believe
to.
so.
Each one of those can attempt to manifest 1 additional psychic power.
Yeah, but it's whether
Yeah, he
that
knows
might
he
just be
knows
smite.
2 and smite, but he can only cast
Okay.
1.
Well, that's
Ah.
okay. That's amazing then.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It gives a reason to take Weird Vein Psychers
Yeah.
because they're really cheap, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty useless
Yeah.
outside of that stratagem.
So, but now they've been given use.
Mhm.
But
Really
because
fair
the
as well.
yeah.
Plus 2 to cast is a big deal.
That's true. But obviously, we're getting onto the Tempestus side. Any last minute things anyone wants to bring up about the normal guard stuff before we get onto the good bit?
It's good.
Oh, look at all the advanced cycles real quick.
It like the tank cases, the stuff is good. Some of the stratagems in here are really cool. The regimental doctrines are interesting depending on what combinations you go, and I think we all agree that they're definitely going to see some tournament play.
They've got a lot of nice consistent stuff now. There's a lot more. I'm just gonna max this damage. I'm gonna
Yeah.
max my shot.
Yeah.
So if you
That's
have
what's
6
bullshit,
weird
yeah.
vein psychers
Mm-hmm.
and you use that stratagem,
Yep.
add 4 to the roll.
Oh my fuck.
That's oh okay. Hang on. They cast on 1d6.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
maybe not.
But
But
with that stratagem, you can get a big smite off.
No.
no, you can.
No, you can't. It's
10.
10 plus. 10 plus.
Yeah,
on
exactly. I was gonna say you
Yeah.
can't get shit.
You cannot.
But it doesn't really matter because weird vein psychers are cheap, and you only need 1 of them for that strat to work.
Mhm.
Mm. It just to
Yeah.
boost your other psychers.
It's already worth it. If you a single weird vein and that man, the stret's worth it.
It's worth it, especially considering how the Thousand Suns and Grey Knights have really pushing the psychic stuff. This just it gives you a little bit more security if you may be going up against a psychic heavy army.
It doesn't help you deny it in any way.
Well, not to deny, but to make sure your powers go off.
True.
I was going to say, weird veins have +2 to deny as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's still 1d6.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, fuck. Catching things
But
down.
but now you'll probably have weird veins.
Yeah. You might actually see them in a list. But yeah, so that is the end of the guard stuff. However, we have the good bit of the book, in my opinion, and what has convinced me to start this army.
We've done the tale.
No, we're doing the Tempestus now. Shut up. The Tau are good. They didn't catch me though. The Tempestus, on the other hand, oh, these really get me going. Models. Right, so the Tempestus, they finally got their own regiments, apart from just the one of being Tempestus. And, obviously, they can take advisors and auxiliary. So, obviously, the Engineers, Servitors, Ministerium Priests, Crusaders, Aeronautica Imperialis, Militarum
This
Auxilia,
is such a funny one.
Officio Prefectus, and Scholaristic Psychana. They don't get... You can still... They've still got the Stormtroopers one, which they can take.
Yep.
But I think it's either you take Stormtroopers or you take one of these.
Yeah, definitely.
So, so forget Stormtroopers.
What does
we're talking new
Stormtroopers do,
stuff.
though?
George, you've got the book.
So it's a 6+ to hit is
An
an
additional-
extra shot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even that bad. Okay.
No, it's not bad.
Within half range of your weapon.
Yeah, if you're
Oh,
in
that's
rapid fire
awful.
range.
Cool. Carry on.
yeah, I like how that went from, oh, it's not too bad, to, it's completely useless.
Fuck.
Yeah, because the main the main thing you gotta look out for is Tempestus suck ass because their guns are rapid fire 18 inches.
Mm.
Yeah.
You need to be within 9, which you can't be if you deep strike.
The one
Apart
thing
from there's
that
some stuff in this book that can change that.
Exactly.
The one thing about that doctrine that is good, that you do miss out on, is since it's a 6+, you can use the drop force, the Warlord trait or whatever, to give +1 to hit.
Mm.
So then if you're rapid firing 4 las cannons, you're getting extra shots on 5s, hitting on 3s.
Not last cannons, plasma
plasma
cannon.
gun.
Yeah, plasmas.
Yeah.
Well, no, 6+. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's quite nice.
That's the one thing you can do with that doctrine, really.
But
yeah,
I
otherwise
think-
it's
Considering the rest in this book, that's probably not going to be a hard decision to make. So, we've got 6 in the book. We have the 54th Scion Jackals, 37 Thetoid Eagles, the 133rd Lambden Lions, the 43rd Iotan Dragons, 55th Capic Eagles, and the 9th Iotan Gorgons. Each one has their own shtick. And personally, I'm going with the Lambden Lions for my list, but we'll go through. So you can obviously take Stormtroopers, or, from one of the 6, Death from the Dark for the Scion Jackals. Each model destroyed by an attack by a model with this doctrine in your shooting phase is treated as having 2 destroyed models in the following morale phase. This is super interesting.
That's kind of
I've
neat.
never heard of anything happening like this before as a flat across the board.
Night Lord
It's-
stratagem.
Is it? Oh, okay. So Night Lord, they get 1 stratagem, is it, for that?
Oh no, sorry, it's a relic, I think.
So, it's a relic, but still,
So it's for a character.
yeah.
I think this is actually quite good though.
Yeah, I
it's
think
the
it definitely
one
has use.
leadership thing that's good.
Yeah. Basically, it's the only because I may be wrong, right? But if you kill 4 Marines in a 5-man squad, the other one runs away, right?
Yeah.
At that point, it's guaranteed to run. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is pretty fucking good, actually.
Mm,
Wait, what's leadership on a brain?
8.
8 on a side.
yeah. 8 on the chart. 8 on the.
and then 9 on
siege.
a veteran sergeant.
So if you kill 3 of them
That
They're
counts as
very-
that's
very
minus
likely
6 to the,
for
on
them.
a,
leadership.
on a 3 or a 4, they lose the squad.
Rerollable.
Yeah, they're still
Well,
a 3-up.
Thing is, though, if we go back to tank cases, just as a idea, if you were taking them and then you had a tank detachment, then suddenly the one that reduces someone leadership by 2 if they get targeted.
Shatter of Will.
Yeah, that's actually quite nice.
There's a combo there. There's a clear combo there.
Yeah, because you could easily deep strike boys in or something, do some damage.
Get the boys
and then...
in. Get the squad.
I mean, does this work on your vehicles as well?
Yes, because I believe they get doctrines. Tauroxes get doctrines.
Yeah.
I would feel a bit apprehensive doing absolutely anything with morale, though, when things exist like everything within 12 inches ignores
Oh yeah,
morale
God,
tests.
I know. I'm just saying, it's just an interesting thing.
There we go. But I think this is just a really interesting mechanic. I just really like this as a mechanic.
It feels like they're actually attempting to make this kind of
That's really
thing
scary
useful.
against orc boys.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, thinking about it.
'Cause if you kill 15 orc boys in a squad of 30, they have leadership 15 still from mob rule, but they've been classed as losing 30.
Yeah.
It basically
So
makes
actually,
mob rule
they all
pointless, right?
Well,
It almost makes mob rule pointless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, definitely.
It completely negates mob rule.
Fucking
If you
terrible.
do
Dog-
damage straight up anyway.
Wait, Dogmatic has added into chat thoughts. D&D character warlock melee only spellcasting because they're so good at crossbows.
What? Oh wait.
I mean, sure. I was going to say I'm caught off guard because it's a D&D question. We're talking about 40k. We'll tackle that in a bit. Sorry, Dogmatic.
Melee only because they're good at crossbows doesn't seem to make any sense.
Melee
in my
only
brain.
spellcasting.
But like, yeah, still same statement stands.
Yeah. No, I'm confused.
Like, back to the blade?
Probably. But we ain't talking about D&D. We're talking about the fucking guards, son. Predatory strike for the 37th Thatoid Eagles. When resolving an attack with a ranged weapon by a model with this doctrine against a unit that is within half range, an unmodified hit roll of a 6 calls an additional hit. Not an additional shot, but it's unmodified.
Yeah.
So it's...
So why the fuck do they make this if stormtroopers exist?
Because it is slightly different.
It's unmodified and it scores a hit, not
Yep.
an extra shot. So this... And it's within half range, so it would work on all your guns, though.
It's also worth mentioning it wouldn't work on deep strike with the normal guns because they're 18-inch range.
Yeah, exactly.
there is a stratagem to negate that.
Yeah.
So.
But, I mean, it's cool. It's an interesting thing to have just flat, unmodified hit. Because stormtroopers can be buffed, but this is unmodified.
Right, it can also be,
Yeah,
nerfed as well.
yeah, exactly. Prized weaponry for the 133rd Lambden Lions. I really like this one because they're the Mechanicus friends. Improve the AP characteristic of weapon models with this doctrine by 1 across the board.
Yeah, it's
The Gatling cannons on Taurox primes become -1, and that makes them way more viable.
Yeah, especially when they're heavy fucking 20.
Heavy 20, strength 5.
Yep.
So
Strength 4.
no, they're strength 5. I'm pretty sure they're strength 5. Hang on. No, I'm questioning myself.
They're strength 4.
Fuck! But still good. It's still good.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, your frag missiles as well will have AP1. Your crack missiles will be AP3. The storm bolter gets AP1.
What's
like,
the battle cannon? Because I know they can take a battle cannon.
7 AP1 D3. So that'll be again not AP2. Like overall, it's still fucking lovely.
So my what I was thinking with this, just side thing, is to take a Taurox Prime. You take the Taurox Gatling cannon. So obviously strength 4 -1 with a heavy stubber on the top of it. But having an auto cannon as well, which becomes -2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just nice. I just think that's just a flat nice thing to have.
Auto cannons. Yeah.
Playing against Dark Angels that essentially do that, very scary.
Just flat
You
across
just
the board.
you was wiping out squads just with
All
the assault
man's
cannon.
gone. Crack shots for the 43rd Iotan Dragons. Add 6 inches to the range characteristic of rapid fire weapons models with this doctrine are equipped with.
Yay! The one thing they needed.
Yeah, more fucking.
Pretty much what I would
Daka.
take every time.
Yeah. This is the most useful one. Means that if you just take, a bare bones battalion,
Mm,
they can actually deep strike and do something.
yeah. This
It's
will
just-
probably be if people are taking multiple battalions where they've got a tank list and a Tempestus side. This is probably going to be the one they take.
Yeah, that's what I'd use.
Unless you're going a niche build, you should always take this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I take this hands down every time. It's great.
but that's the
Unless
thing.
unless for some reason you're not deep striking people and you're running loads of Valkyries.
I was going to say Valkyries would be the only way.
There are
I
there
would
are ways around
get
it.
infantry up.
There are ways
places.
around it.
Yeah.
But hence why I'm going Lambda Lions with Valkyries. But if you're not taking Valkyries, and why wouldn't you take a Valkyrie?
I mean, Valkyries are a risk because they could be shut down.
Oh yeah, but there's a fucking stratagem in here which makes things really good.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, there's so many good stuff in this. But I really like this. I think they actually have a cool relic as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, so mobilized infantry for the Capic Eagles. Infantry models with this doctrine do not suffer the penalty for moving and firing heavy weapons. When resolving an attack by a model with this doctrine in the turn it disembarked from a transport, add 1 to the hit roll.
That's so good for Valkyries.
So yeah,
Yeah,
you just
it's-
dump everyone out, and then everyone's +1 a hit. And with
Do
the
Valkyries. Now I think about this. Do Valkyries actually? Valkyries don't get your doctrine or your regimental doctrine.
no,
do they?
because they're or Emerautic Imperialis.
but
but-
obviously the people getting out of them. Do.
But you do get the Vigilance Detachment, which includes them, which you get a stratagem for. And I believe you can get another one, which is for when they jump out, you can give them another +1 to hit.
Yeah, that's with it's
Yeah, the Grouse Shoot
Might be
Commando
a-
Warlord trait. Add 1 to
Yes.
the hit rolls for attacks made by friendly Tempestus drop force infantry that disembark from a friendly Valkyrie this turn if they're wholly within 6 of your Warlord. Stick your Warlord in there, take mobilized infantry. That's +2 to hit getting out of a transport. On
Yeah.
everything.
How many? Can you get Tempestus veteran squads?
No.
No, you
command
can get the
squads.
command squad, which is
Command
the same
squad,
thing.
Okay, cool.
Command squad is the same thing.
Can you give them all heart shot volley guns?
yes,
Yes.
you can.
So that
Yeah,
that's
that is.
fucking scary.
Also valid.
I kind of want to do that.
Okay.
'Cause you can make them strength 5 as well, which
yeah,
is.
you've
oh,
made him
lovely.
tempted now. You've added the temptation.
You can make them AP.
Oh, I was already tempted.
It's like this. Well, Tom already has some Tempestus, Gareth.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm starting my
I have-
Tempestus as it is.
Very, very, very small amount of Tempestus.
I have a squad.
I have
Yeah, I
a
have
single
a
start
battalion.
collecting box.
Do you?
Anybody want a battalion of Tempestus?
Yes.
But wait, Evan, are you being serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alex, I own Astra.
I know, but I didn't know you had fucking Tempestus.
Evan, message me afterwards because I'm totally down.
Cool.
I will pay you.
Evan's got problems.
Right, last one before we get too sidetracked. Resolute Heroism from the Ninth Iodine Gorgons. These are the ones that hang out with the Adeptus Sororitas, Order of the Glowing Chalice. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model with this doctrine against the closest enemy unit, an unmodified hit roll of a 6 causes an additional hit.
So there's 3 things that they're separate.
So yeah, so
battalions,
you've
but
got
there's
you've got
actually
you've got
things.
you've got obviously Theater Eagles taking anything within half range is on a 6. This is the closest enemy unit can be outside of half range, but it's whatever's closest.
I think this one's infantry only though, but yeah.
Yeah,
Order of the Glowing Chalice. Gotta love it.
I love it.
I think the big decider between Iotan Gorgons, Thetoid Eagles, and just Stormtroopers is gonna probably be the Relics and Warlord traits.
Yeah, which is on the next page.
Oh.
So the heirlooms of the regiments. So each regiment gets 1 relic. Some of these are really cool, but we'll go through them. The Hound's Teeth for the Cyan Jackals. For a model equipped with a chain sword, the relic replaces the chainsaw with the following profile: range melee type melee, +1 strength, -2 to damage. When the bearer fights, it makes an additional 3 attacks with this weapon. When resolving an attack made against an Alderi unit, you can reroll the wound roll.
Oh look, it's yet another better version of side of the Hydra, I'm mad.
I know you are.
It's also
It's on an
specific.
Astra model.
The fucking Astra
The
model.
god, yeah, and
They've
it's
got like
four
2
little
attacks.
differences.
It doesn't matter.
yeah, they'll have 5
true,
attacks
true,
and
true.
fuck Eldar. That's what that
Yeah.
translates to. Fuck Eldar.
It's a
That's-
specifically made to hurt Alex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to read this, right? The machine spirit of this ferocious weapon has a deep hatred for Alex, against whom the 54th Scion Jackals have fought bitter guerrilla wars for years.
There's shit tons of them now. There's all these. You get 3 additional attacks, and it's +1 strength, AP2C damage, and it's just like no.
No.
Make it D. Mine's D3 additional attacks. This isn't fair.
This is bad. Stop it. Give me better.
Like Teeth of Terror got straight up buffed to flat 3.
Oh yeah, it's dumb.
Where's my Chaos Code?
There's a sisters one with the same thing.
Oh,
Yep, that's what it is.
get fucked.
It's really,
There's-
it's really
loads.
scary.
Mm,
The really strong relics, like they're nice.
yeah. The Fire of Judgment for the Thetoid Eagles, equipped with a hotshot las pistol only. It's range 12, pistol 2, strength 3, AP star, damage star. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, a successful hit roll inflicts 1 mortal wound and the attack sequence ends.
I don't rate pistol relics
Okay.
at all.
You just need to
So-
hit it. You just need to hit
don't-
something.
So if you're within 6 inches and you roll a 6, what happens?
You get an extra mortal wound.
Yeah, you do 2 mortal wounds.
Right.
So you just
Still terrible,
you just
but
you just double tap.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't think there's a single pistol relic that I've seen worth taking.
Remember,
I love
here's the
how-
thing, right? Remember, rule number 3, double tap.
I love how it's got it's pistol 2.
Oh yeah, it's 2 shots anyway.
You know, I was gonna say the sequence ends after you hit, but it is strength 3.
yeah.
It still has a strength in there for some reason. I don't know why.
Don't worry about the AP or damage.
No,
So-
just but remember it's strength 3. So the refractive field generator for the Lambden Lions, I really like this. Models with friendly Lambden Lions models have a 5-up invuln whilst they're within 6 of a model with the uses this relic.
Yep, good.
That's just good.
Did
pretty
that-
relevant. Yeah.
Especially if you're doing, like, my thing is having the Warlord in the Tempestus drop force, drop them in a Valkyrie, everyone gets out of Valkyrie, and then both of those squads have a 5-up invuln.
Well, I mean, if you get a bunch of Torx Primes and have like a Torx Prime gun line, I guess.
Yeah.
You give them all the vehicles 5-up invulns. That's fucking.
That is very nice
Good.
as well. Yeah,
That is good.
yeah, it's basically London Lions. They are very, by the name and the number, it does seem very like these are like the British stormtroopers, or like close to.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Hence why.
yeah,
Hence why for my list, when I'm running, I've already found from my one, a guy with, it had a beret, obviously, they all do, but he had the handlebar mustache, so I've now named him Captain Price. So I get to continuously quote Captain Price whenever the fuck I want. And it's given me pure license, and I love it. Plus, I already know what the color scheme's going to look like now, because I already know what I'm taking it from.
Just,
Would
yeah.
Captain Price consider Cadia a ghost town?
I would think so.
Cool.
How many fucking people lived on Cadia?
Millions.
Millions of people
Yeah.
used to live here. No, it's a ghost town.
No, it's a ghost.
Knife the watermelon. Your fruit killing skills are remarkable. Ivulon jumps in the chat. Hi, I'm planning on getting into 40k. Does a codex include every single unit for the faction for me to get familiar with them all? Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
If you're playing any army, always buy your codex. I'd personally sometimes buy the codex before the models, just to give it a read through, and just be like, oh no, to kind of get an understanding of how your army works, what kind of things synergize well together, just understanding the general themes of your army. So, for example, as we're talking about them, Imperial Guard have a very much like they like to have lots of tanks, they have lots of bodies on the board, and they all do kind of synergizing well together with that. Space Marines can be very varied. Tyranids just want to eat you, and so on and so forth. But it gives you a good stepping stone in. So definitely get the codex. And when it comes to other bonus things, for example, books like Psychic Awakening, which looks like this, it only really depends on the army that you've chosen. If you go with Space Marines, there are specific routes you need to go down depending on what you want to do. Mainly just so you're not limiting yourself. But there are free alternatives. Instead of having to buy the books, you can always use a free app like Battlescribe to be able to get specific rules on how things work without having to pay a little, like the little extra money that GW ask for when it comes to buying a book.
I mean, there's also a website called Warhammer, which has all the core rules and I think all the data sheets as well.
Oh, really?
Almost. Yeah. You can just literally just Google that and you'll find it.
So what was it called? Warhammerpedia.
Warhammer is.
I was going to say, if you can type it in chat for you, Vulon, that'd be great. But yeah, I hope that answers the question, though.
Yeah,
Warhammerpedia.
it's good. It's not the nicest looking site. It's pretty like simple.
Thank.
but
Oh
it's-
yeah. Hey. Vulon, thanks for the
all the
follow and
rules-
touching my spaghetti, man. And yeah, pick up a nick.
Tyranids if you want to buy them from me.
Evan is currently trying to sell everything possible.
He's on the grift.
He's on the grind. He wants that cash.
Evan
It's
owns
fine,
too
Evan.
much stuff.
You
Please
won't
be
you won't
British,
want to get
please.
rid of them once we start filming battle reports, because then you'll be like, oh, for the channel we could probably do like a Tyranid street thing. Oh, I don't have Tyranids. Actually, no, I do have Tyranids. Yes. But that will get very. Or we'll just bully a Tyranid player and find them.
Yeah, but then I don't have to paint them, and I don't think he wants to.
Oh, I see. I see the
No,
problem
I
here.
can't decide on the painting scheme. That's why I haven't played them.
Coconut crab.
You're joking.
Hold on. So you want to get rid of them because you can't figure out how to paint them.
You paint some of them.
Yeah.
Like 3 different color schemes.
Oh my god.
So I'm just like, nah, I've lost interest. Somebody buy them from me, please.
Like, just drop it on. Just put it on like a trading place, trading forum or something on Facebook.
Almost 3,000 points worth of stuff.
Just leave him on the side of the
Haritsa
street.
is offering his services as a commission painter. If you want those painted, he'll do them for you.
I don't want to play them. I'm not going to get them commissioned.
That's fair. But back to this. Back on topic, lads. We're almost there. So, Emperor's Fury for the Iron Dragons. Equipped with a plasma pistol, so always fun. It's a 12-inch pistol 3. Strength 7, minus 3, 1 damage. And then supercharged pistol 3, strength 8, minus 3, 2 damage. And
I
then
really like
the
super powered pistols.
Yeah. Also, on any hit rolls of 1, when supercharged, you die.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you would.
Good old-
But,
Just more chances to die.
yeah, more chances to die. But, you know, it's still cool. It's a plasma pistol. You just get to... You get just like hot draw it out, big iron on his hip, and then blow your arm off.
Pistols.
No, I don't think so.
The Tempestus don't have much in terms of other weaponry for the primes, especially because you can like drop a pistol and give them the command rod instead. But yeah,
Yeah.
There's a really really nice pistol I like in the Sisters Codex.
oh yeah,
it's called Wrath of the Emperor.
right,
It's 18-inch range, pistol 4,
okay.
strength 5,
Oh,
AP minus 2, 2 damage.
ooh,
Replaces a bolt pistol.
what's the range on it?
18.
Holy shit, that's good.
It's really scary.
I quite like that actually. I really like that. That is the most fuck you pistol I've ever heard of.
Oh, it's great.
I'm being pinged on Facebook. I need to stop. Go away, chat. It should be muted. There we go. So, last thing. The Capic Eagles have a really interesting one, which I like. Distraction charges. When resolving an Overwatch attack by a friendly Capic Eagles model within 3 of a model with this relic, if the attack scores a hit, the target is slowed until the next turn, until the end of that phase. When a charge roll is made for a slowed unit, half the result.
Oh,
Very
that's so good.
That's just good. That's just a flat out
You
amazing.
jump out of your Valkyrie,
Fucking
you
hell.
might not get charged to death.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
fact there's an aura as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
And all you need to do is hit once. And if they're charging you,
amazing.
you're probably going to be just killing them. They're most likely going to have enough bullets enough last shots coming out of that squad to be able to just make sure they cannot touch you.
And these are the guys who are good at jumping out of transport.
Yes, exactly.
So they need
They're the
it.
mobilized
That's really-
infantry. And so they're
Yes,
plus
that's
1 to
really
hit when
good.
they on the shooting phase.
No,
Oh no,
affect-
no, they're just plus 1. Oh no, no, yeah. So say they're plus 1 to hit. They jump out, daka, dead. Or they're slowed down. They just kind of fall over a rock or something.
Well, yeah. The thing is, if you kill the things closest to you,
Yeah,
they're less likely to get within like really close charge range.
Yeah.
They don't have to kill the ones. Kill the ones close to you.
Harita adds in. Let's see. I've won a game with an overcharged plasma pistol on Overwatch. Blood Angels didn't get charged through because the character died, and next turn Knights mauled them. I mean, my character fired himself, but so they didn't get the charge.
I think I've actually done that before.
Oh, just sacrifice
Incredible.
themselves to make sure they don't get through.
I've
What a lad.
got a Commissar who I think has been charged probably about 6 times, and 5 of those times he has
Killed himself.
overcharged his plasma pistol and died in Overwatch. And then I think the 6th time he didn't technically get charged, but he heroically intervened and killed a knight.
I don't know.
Nice.
You
What a lad.
hit and
No.
wounded it with the plasma
Yeah,
pistol.
no, I hit and wounded it
got
with the plasma
charged,
pistol.
and then fucking punched it.
Yes,
what a
that's the one.
lad. What a lad.
Absolute hero.
Absolute.
Cool.
Absolute hero. He needs to be a saint. Last thing,
Legend 27.
yeah, the blessed bolt gun that the Gorgons stole from the sisters.
No, I love the I love the description.
Yeah, 24 sisters of the Order of the Glowing Chalice have prayed over this holy bolt gun.
Just a big circle of 24. That's like 3 squads.
No, that's the thing. It's not like they prayed over it. It's just, I could just imagine it's just a bolt gun they just all sweated on, and whoever's using it just gets to sniff it every so often.
Oh no, that's like Gamer Girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's a big
The
fan
death
of...
destroyer bathwater.
Yeah. Oh, I would buy it. Wouldn't you?
No, don't say that.
It depends on how big the chalice was, you know?
People can clip things and then hold that against you.
Yeah.
I do not
Why?
give a single
did clip
shit.
it.
What
Also,
are they
that's
gonna
smell
fucking
of
do?
grease.
Say I'm a fuck.
Holy-
I'm not gonna actually do it. Obviously, it's fun to say these things.
I'm
Yeah, it
painting
could
sisters
target a
right now, and I'm
character.
still just no.
my partner has heard way worse from me.
Not a good thing.
She's heard a lot
Wait,
worse from
hang
me.
on.
What's
Hold
up?
up. Is this? I think this is going to get FAQ'd. There's a huge error. What is probably and hopefully an error in this.
Yeah. So the 9th Iron Gorgons model equipped with a bolt gun only. This replaces a bolt gun that has the following profile: 12-inch range, rapid fire 1, strength 5, -2 damage. It can target a character if it was not the closest enemy unit, and also it can, if it shoots a psyker, has a damage of 3. There is
So that's
nothing
the
that can take a
problem?
bolt gun.
It's a 12-inch range bot.
Bolt gun. This should be a bolt pistol.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hold on a
Best
fucking
relic-
second.
The best relic they have access to,
Hold
they
on.
can't actually get access to.
Hold on a minute.
Oh,
on
the
a minute.
Gorgons.
I mean, but I just want to remind that the Codex relic is you get additional order, which is already better than.
Yeah, it's the command rod.
It's fucking good.
Yeah, but this is the thing. You get this, and you know, if you go too deep on the Adeptus Sororitas bathwater, this is what happens. You make these mistakes. You know,
Yeah, so
They just have this gun.
they just have
But they
it
can't
on the
use,
wall.
yeah.
It's just on the wall. One day I can use this.
They literally can't get bolt guns though, right?
No,
So
they can't.
this weapon already exists technically. It's more or less the same as Greyfax's bolt gun.
Yeah, it's very much like that, but you cannot give it to someone like Greyfax.
Well, so the thing is, it makes it's so mad that they managed to say that it replaces a bolt gun, which you can't have.
Yeah.
And they managed to also put in the type as rapid fire, which it wouldn't be because it should be a pistol. But they managed to somehow still keep in 12-inch range.
Yeah, because they can't hold it for long. The recoil's really bad, so 12 inches is probably around about the only range they're gonna get.
Unless it actually makes a bolt pistol into what should be a 24-inch range weapon. But there's a lot of possible problems here.
Yeah. Harita brings up a good point. Gamer Girl bathwater is for thinning paints only. Remember
true.
that. That's a
That's what-
factoid to live by.
You said good
Brahmian
points.
medium.
Hey.
I get that. Brahmian medium. So we go on to the warlord traits before the stratagems, which should be the last bit before.
Just watch the Gorgons one. The warlord trait is this model can take a bolt gun.
You want a bolt gun? Here's a bolt gun. That's your warlord trait. That's how good you are.
Best bolt gun ever.
Right, so for the you can take the warlord, obviously. So skilled tracker for the Scion Jackals.
Shit, it's amazing.
At the start of the first battle round, before the first turn begins, select up to 3 Scion Jackals units from your army, remove those units from the battlefield, and set them up again as described in the deployment section of the mission being played. So it's cunning but brutal.
That's good, because you could be like, psych, these are deep striking, or, ooh, the flyers aren't going there. There's a lot of bullshit.
You can't use it for your flyers, though. Because it's only it's only Tempestus with the regiment. So flyers don't
Yeah.
count.
I'm not sure if you can put them back into deep strike.
Cool.
You can because you
can.
count it's when you deploy them.
Yeah, it's set up.
Okay.
You set them up again as described in the deployment section, so they would still count as you can say deep strike.
Yeah.
As long as you pay
You-
for the deep strike.
Which is very
Move
cheeky.
the cars around, you know?
Yeah. Uncompromising prosecution for the Thetoid Eagles. When resolving an attack with a hotshot lasgun, hotshot las pistol, or hotshot volley gun by a friendly Thetoid Eagles model whilst within 6 of this warlord, an unmodified wound roll of a 6 is AP -4.
That's fucking good.
That's quite nice. It makes volley guns way more viable. Just fucking
Oh,
open fire.
only for volley gun. Oh, no, it's for...
It's anything that's a hot shot. So las
Oh,
gun, las pistol, and the volley gun.
I mean, volley guns are quite good, but, like...
A lot of people won't
Right,
take them
so-
because they can take melters or plasma. But this gives a good reason to take those, I think.
Yeah, lots of shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
having
the-
things
the
suddenly
fucking
become
hit
AP.
one is also good.
Yeah, plus giving them things AP -4. Because it's
Yeah.
whilst it's just, you know, it's just a flat at any range, and then as soon as they get closer, you're doing more shots to them, and then also AP -4 potential. So keys to the
Yeah,
armory.
it's just
Oh,
a
sorry.
shame you can't easily get that out of deep strike.
Yeah, it's not great. So, keys to the armory for the Lambs and Lions. Reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made with ranged weapons by friendly 133rd Lambs and Lions, whilst their unit is within 6 of this warlord. You become a captain.
You get reroll 8. That's good, because you don't get much reroll 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you don't. You don't have to do the order for take aim. You can do reroll wounds instead.
But that's just nice to have.
Oh, they get the bog standard astral.
However, this is very
Yeah.
much if you've got the warlord you've got a warlord in the backfield around your Tauroxes doing this.
No. You give this to the guy that has the relic with the 5 invuln.
Yeah. So you leave him in the back, but then you have a second Tempesta Prime because you're usually taking 2, and you have him who's got the drop shoot commando warlord trait from the Vigilance detachment in the front doing stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can also give him the relic from which is what is it? It's the on a like a you just don't psychic powers don't work on you.
Oh yeah, on a 2-up psychic powers are just
If the bearer is affected by are targeted or affected by a psychic power, roll of d6 on a 2-up, it has no effect.
Oof.
On the bearer, nothing else. But still. So you put him in the Valkyrie, and you leave this guy in the back with all of your any command squads, Taurox primes, everything else.
Yeah.
Precision targeting for the Iron Dragons. At the start of your shooting phase, select a 1 enemy unit within 18 inches of the warlord. Until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made by a friendly 43rd Iron Dragons model, whilst its unit is within 6 inches of this warlord, that enemy does not receive the benefit of cover.
fine.
Yeah, that seems average compared to their
That's quite nice.
compared to the,
Are
like
these the guys with the extra range?
yeah, they get +6
Yeah.
to their range
Yeah, that's pretty nice. You
in combo with it
volley
is.
some more shots, yeah.
Master Vox for the Capic Eagles. When using this warlord's voice of command ability, it can issue friendly orders to friendly Capic Eagles infantry within 24. In addition, whilst it's embarked in a transport, it can still use its voice of command ability. When doing so, make measurements from the transport's model's hull.
That's juicy. I like that.
Fun.
Keeps them protected, and it fits
Massive
the theme.
range and protection.
Yeah. You just leave him in 1 Taurox, and he still gets to do everything else. So
And you give him the relic where he can do 2 orders.
yeah. because he's just good at shouting at people.
Yeah.
But this is the one, or these guys have the relic, which is the distraction charges for the Overwatch.
Oh yeah, but like anyone can take the one which is extra order.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Codex one.
And then the last one, the Sanctity of Spirit for the Gorgons. When taking a psychic test when a psychic test is taken for an enemy psycho model within 24 of this warlord, the model suffers perils of the warp on any double.
That's really good.
That's kind of spicy.
If you come up against
That's such a big aura.
24 inch, nah.
Grey Knights or Thousand Suns, it is fucking stupid good.
Yeah, it forces them to have to spend for rerolls.
Even then, like it's just so like
They might just cast.
Yeah,
Thousand Suns do have a stratagem just to ignore perils, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're making them
one
eat
unit.
stratagems, and it's one unit. Yeah.
You're forcing them to use resources. That's your main benefit from this. And those,
But
if-
those matchups pretty useless.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
But that is.
But you don't have much psychic defense. So.
No, that's true. But this gives you psychic defense. But if you've also got the drops in Commander, that can also give you a little bit of psychic defense. It's very situational, but still.
And you can take a Primary Psycho still.
Oh yeah, of course. And then we've got our Tempestus stratagems. It's again same 14 new stratagems with
Oh, yeah.
one for each of the one each for each of the regiments. So there's 6 there, and then the rest would be for everything else. Right. Sorry, I've got to get my hair out my face. And have a stretch. There we go. Nice. Right, this is going to be a fucking long-ass video. I'm going to have to split this in half. Right, point-blank efficiency for 1 CP. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase. When a Militarum Tempestus unit from your army is chosen to shoot with, until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack with a hotshot las gun, hotshot las pistol, or hotshot volley gun by a model in that unit against a unit within half range, add +1 to the strength characteristic for that weapon.
Throwing 5 hotshot volley guns, yes, please.
Yeah, that's great.
That is just nice for 1 CP, and it benefits super well with the Iron Dragons or the Thatoid Eagles. Because then, if it's within half range, any 6s is an additional hit, which is then extra strength. Or, obviously, your half range is increased because you've had 6 to your range.
Yeah, that's the combo. You know, if you can deep strike 10 Scions with strength 4 las guns, actually rapid firing from deep strike, that's juicy.
That's going to be a very scary for Marine players.
You'd hope so.
You would hope, but it's just it gives you something to kind of counter back.
Yeah.
Unquestioning Obedience for 1 CP. Use the stratagem in the morale phase. Select 1 Tempesta Prime or Commissar model from your army. Until the end of that phase, when a morale test is taken for a friendly Militarum Tempestus unit within 12, do not roll the dice, it is automatically passed.
You're taking small squads though, aren't you?
Yeah.
Usually.
It's useless.
Usually.
If
You might have a big squad for like exactly what Tom was saying then with the
True.
If
most
you're dumping them in the backfield, you want to take max size squads to maximize your shots.
If you've got Commissars, though, they just kill one dude, don't they?
Yeah, usually.
yeah, exactly.
So precision drop. Use this stratagem in your movement phase. Select 1 Aeronautica Imperialis model with the flyer battlefield roll and the grav shoot insertion ability from your army. Until the end of that phase, when a Militarum Tempestus unit with the aerial drop ability embarked aboard, disembarks, then the model must be set up more than 5 inches away from an enemy model instead of 9. In addition, if the model moved more than 20 inches that phase, do not roll a d6 for the model disembarking. No models are destroyed.
Very, 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 very
That
good.
is terrifying for 1 CP.
Get their melters in.
You get
Yeah.
you're
Boys.
within, you're 6 inches away. You just dive in, open fire.
You can drop them at any point within a 20-inch move.
More than 20 inches.
More than
Oh,
20.
sorry.
So
Yeah.
40. What's their max move? 48.
45.
45. 45-inch move, and at any point they can get out and melt to something.
I mean, they
Yeah.
have supposed to crash at 12, so you probably have 2 units.
You could have 3. Because they're 4-man squads
Yeah.
with the special weapons.
Exactly.
The
So you
4-man
could-
squad.
The command squad.
Yeah.
Command
Yeah.
squads are 4s. minimum.
So you
Huh.
can fit 12 melters in there, drop them 4 at a time,
Oof.
3 different
Oh,
tanks.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, because you don't have to drop them all in the same place, do you?
no, you don't.
Yeah,
They can drop out at different points.
it's pretty nasty.
Yeah. It's
That's
scary.
a lot of takes a lot of setup, but if you could do that,
If
Plus
you
all your
pull it
eggs in
off,
one
you pull it
basket as
off.
well.
oh yeah,
And I just want a reminder for people who may not know, obviously the 2 stratagems from the Tempestus thing from the book, which works well with Imperialis, obviously, is things like precision drop, which is obviously, if they're embarked, do not roll a d6. If they disembark, they're not slain for 1 CP. Same kind of thing. It is actually... No, that replaces that.
does it have the same name?
It's the same name, yeah.
Then yeah, replace it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the new one. And then aerial fire support, which I believe is not in this book, which still exists. Use the stratagem in the enemy charge phase. After a Tempestus drop force infantry unit, female army is picked as the target of a enemy unit's charge. Pick a Valkyrie that is within 6 of the unit being charged. It can fire Overwatch at the charging unit, even if it's not the target of the charge. And when doing so, will hit on 4s regardless.
4s.
Yeah. So that's why the command squads can be put into that specialist attachment. So you drop them out. You leave the Valkyrie near one. Like, if you got a big blob of them, for example, leave the Valkyrie nearby. Just keep it there. You've got the bonuses, obviously, of jumping out and shooting everything. Hopefully they don't die. And if anything tries to charge them, your Valkyrie sitting right there to Overwatch with missile pods. But it's also, it's every weapon hits on 4s, including Laz if they move and shoot. So
Fucking last, you can Hellstrike missile them if you really want.
yeah, there's a lot of options and I really like that kind of combo. But I think that works really well with precision drop and a lot of the other things for this.
You can really make them regret charging.
Yeah. Plus, we've also got
or
hammer blow.
rather not taking out the Valkyrie before doing so.
Yeah, you really need to kill it. Hence why hammer blow
right.
becomes a lot more of a big deal with that combo. For 2 CP, use this stratagem in your shooting phase. It brings back an old rule that they should still keep in the game, I feel, but meh. When a model is destroyed by an attack made by an Aeronautica Imperialis model with the flyer battlefield roll from your army, that destroyed model's unit is pinned until the start of your next turn. Half the result of any advance and charge rolls for pinned units. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model from a pinned unit, they are -1 to hit.
It's very good.
That is very good with the combo I just kind of went with. Say, for example, you've got a giant
use it when you
neophyte
watch.
bomb with auto guns. You kill one of them. You shooting missiles, and they're trying to charge you. All you need to do is kill one of them. They are going to struggle to charge you, and they're -1 to hit, which means they're hitting on 5s. It keeps your unit alive a lot longer. Because there's a lot of things that would be really good targets for this.
Oh fuck it, they have so many fucking tools. And remember you have that relic as well. That also, when you Overwatch, you can cause someone to half their move.
Yeah. I don't know if they combo. They could combo.
Oh, no, you can't.
You
wouldn't
can't half it
twice,
again, no.
But like, you just got a lot of tools.
Yeah. To be fair, I still feel like they should keep pinning in the game. They should have kept pinning from
No.
7th.
No.
I think pinning
No,
was
because
fine.
Melee armies were sucked, and melee armies still sucking for the most part.
Mhm.
And pinning would not help them.
The only thing pinning benefits is that you wouldn't be able to fire Overwatch, but generally it is less fun than it is interesting.
Yeah. But then, hey, you've got this now for 2 CP. You do the same thing, and it could be more clutch. So, advanced countermeasures. I really like this stratagem. Use the stratagem before the battle. Select one Valkyrie model from your army. When you declare it will hover, it does not lose hard to hit.
That's fucking dumb.
1 CP, and it is -1 to hit for the entire game.
Do you have to declare it as hovering every turn?
No.
Let me double check.
I don't think
Why would
so.
that matter?
It's
Because it might be at
Before-
the start of the
before it
turn.
moves.
Yeah, we do.
select. Oh yeah, when you declare the model will hover, it does not lose, but it's at the end of the battle.
Right,
So
okay.
every time you would declare it to hover, it's still got the -1 to hit.
Yeah, it lasts the entire game
Yeah.
for 1 CP. Fucking yeah, sure, why not?
I do
it's-
that every time. I do that on both of them.
It also lets you be more instead of it being a straight line of 45 inches,
Yeah,
if you
so-
just drop, it's a 20-inch squiggly line.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
So that'd be 1 CP a turn.
Yeah.
No,
No,
it wouldn't.
no, it's
Yes,
before
it
the
is.
battle.
Use this stratagem before the battle.
When you declare,
Oh.
yeah, select
Sorry,
one Valkyrie. When
My mistake. I was not paying attention. I was looking at the
George,
on the
George. Yeah, it's before the battle. Select one Valkyrie model from your army. When you declare the model will hover,
That's-
it does not lose hard to hit. I fucking love that. I absolutely love that.
No, you'd use that every game.
I'd use if
Again-
if I've got 2 to 3, that's 3 CP worth spending. If I'm running, yeah. Carry on.
I mean, you don't. Hover isn't always that useful.
But it's just nice to
But-
have.
Because you can't
Yeah,
be
but-
charged if you're hovering.
That's true.
That is true.
But I mean, you can just move out of it anyway, and you got fly keywords. You can be charged anyway. You just don't get tied up. You will get tied up at it regardless.
It's situational, but the thing is as well is depending on if you drop enough units in choke points, and you wanted to hover in because it's like maybe you're trying to control an objective, and you make sure that once your guys have dropped, that they screen that melee or the actual range to your base, then it probably doesn't matter that they're still in hover because you have, as long as you're screening well, you should be fine.
Well, again, say you have a line of you're against your opponent's line. He's got 3 vehicles in the front, left to right.
Yeah.
If you're in supersonic, you can't drop a melter squad next to all of them because you can only go
In a straight line.
in a straight line.
Yeah.
If you're in hover, you go up to 1, drop it down, you turn right, you go sideways, and you drop them all in front of the tanks. Like
That's true.
You get way more. Your precision drop gets way better.
Extra precision.
Yeah, exactly.
Super
It's good.
precise.
Also, like hovering, very very good because you don't have to move
Yeah, for heavy weapons.
No.
for heavy weapons. Yeah.
And also, don't you get +1 to hit with Valkyries in hover?
I don't know.
I think it's possible to hit against ground targets. I'm not.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
strafing run is what they get. But again, it's just good to have Valkyries.
The model hovers in its movement phase.
Oh, yeah.
To hit.
Stiff hover.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that makes it
Valkyries.
even way fucking better. Holy shit.
That's amazing. Okay. So what this basically is one CP to get +1 to hit for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
For the most part.
pretty much.
That is quite nice.
Yeah. But yeah, you risk getting charged, but again, you screen well, you're fine.
Again, you're not risking getting charged. Because you can get charged when you're supersonic as well. Like you can get only by things that can fly, regardless of
You
either
can't
raw.
be charged by a knight.
You do go a lot slower if you
Yeah,
do
this-
hover. You go from possible 65-inch move to a 20 to 26-inch move.
But as Alex said, you can be a lot more precise with how you move, which is the kind of key bit.
And if someone does charge you, it's the same as supersonic. You can just move out of the charge and then still shoot because you're flying.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So it doesn't really matter.
Right. Bringing back, remember we were talking about the officers of the fleet? Because he's got a fucking stratagem in here.
Yeah.
Use the stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Select one officer of the fleet model from your army. Until the end of the phase, when picking an enemy unit for the model's air raid requested or strafing coordinates abilities, you can measure the range and visibility from any Tempestus unit on the battlefield that has a Voxcaster. Instead of
cool.
from that model. When rolling a d6 for the model's air raid requested ability, add 2 to the roll.
We do love to see it.
You do love to see. That makes sense. That makes complete narrative sense as well. Because it's like, the guard squad just calls in.
Oh, yeah. It's cool, but like the ability still isn't very good.
No, but it's cool to have. You know, the guard squad's
Yeah.
there. The Tempestus are like, officer, can we please request that you send it right here? And they're like, okay, off they go. It's just when he gets to the point where you hear the officer of the fleet, when he's talking about how he got his medals, that he quote unquote hit a fat yeet. You know, that is when this stratagem can kind of get funny. But you know,
To be fair, it is pretty much a 1 command point. I get to smite on a 2-up.
yeah, exactly, because
Anything
that's
I
a
can
+2 to
see.
the roll.
Yeah, and on a
so
4-up, it does
it's flat
D3
three
roll. It does flat 3.
Oh.
yeah, so it is actually quite nice.
It is
But you
unfortunately
can't
once a
target
game. Though.
characters.
No, but you can still shoot something.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Here's the thing: you could, if hypothetical, the Voxcaster unit is the closest model to it is a character. then you can do it.
No,
He's straight- he's
it
straight up-
can't target characters.
Oh, it just says in the
literally-
rule it cannot target a character.
You can pick an enemy unit other than a character.
Right.
that is
Okay.
visible
Okay. I
to
thought
you.
there was just standard character targeting
No.
rules. So my bad.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, that's stupid. You can't just be like, eh. Can you? Does that mean anything that becomes like a Leviathan Dreadnought, which becomes a character you can't target?
Yes.
Well, every dreads don't become characters, though, do they?
Yeah, they do.
They can.
Yes, they can.
In Iron Hands, they do.
Oh, there's so many problems with Levy Dreads.
Same with a knight. If you have a knight character, for some reason you can't target it.
Oh no!
Yeah.
There's a man sticking out of it who
Actually,
says no.
My knight's got a name, so you can't shoot it.
His name is Trevor. Fuck you. Right.
That's Sir Trevor.
Sir
actually,
Trevor,
give him
the
some-
knight. Yeah.
He
It's
didn't
pr-
go
it's-
12 years of
it's
night
pronounced-
school to...
It is pronounced Sir Trevor.
Sir-
Just saying.
What are you, fucking Dornish? Oh yeah, wait. Absolute Dornish
Like
lad.
doggish.
Wait, he just drives the buses.
It's a Trevor,
Trevor on the bus. Trevor on the buses.
On the buses, eh? Right. Progeny of Conflict, 1 CP, before we get too off topic again. Use this stratagem when nominating your Warlord. Select one Tempestus character from your army that doesn't have a Warlord trait and determine one for it. It is regarded as your Warlord for the purposes of the trait. That's good because that means you can easily combo the Tempestus drop force and your regiment one. So it's nice that that's just specified in writing that you can use it.
Question,
Yes.
though. Is he an Astra Militarum character?
No, he's a Tempestus character. Oh, no.
He's
Oh, no, he
Astra.
does have Astra, yes.
Right, cool. You can get another 10 case for that.
Yes, technically.
Wait,
Which
who
will
now?
probably be FAQ'd out, but yeah. No, if an Astra Militarum character is your Warlord, instead of giving him a Ooh!
No, because
Never mind. The wording of it's different. Yeah. It's not, instead of giving someone a Warlord trait, you do this.
Mm.
It's if you have someone who is your Warlord. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it is slightly specific. But hey, it's there.
It's not worded like the Tower one, where it's getting more relics. and
Yeah, you
get
just
more
start,
prototype weapons.
but you start going on eBay and buying more prototype stuff.
Yeah. Oh well.
So 1 CP for Killing Zone. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase. After you've shot with a Tempestus Regiment infantry unit from your army, select one enemy unit that has had any models destroyed as a result of attacks made by models in that unit. Until the end of the phase, when resolving an attack by friendly Tempestus infantry model against that unit, add one to the ruined roll. So
Hold up.
you tag with one person, just kill a guy. Next squad along just opens fire and is +1 to wound.
That is focus. I think Tower have something very similar.
Yeah, Tau do have something very similar, but it's nice. It's a nice one.
It's guardsmen's overlapping fields of fire
yes.
from KD.
So this one is one command point, but it's infantry only.
Yep.
The Tower one, which does is everything, is 3 command points.
Oh shit! But hey, add one +1 to wounds.
Yeah,
Tower
I
very
remember
good at
that
killing a
Tempestus
specific
are-
thing.
Oh yeah, no,
Tempestus is a
makes
close
sense.
range as well.
Oh yeah.
It does make sense. But it's really good, basically.
Yeah.
If there's something that can remove something from the game, it's Tau.
No, I'm just saying but like this one is insane because like
Oh, yeah. It's very
again, if you you fire a rocket, say, at a unit of Marines,
Mm.
and then you drop down and you increase the strength of your hot shotguns,
Mhm.
then there's strength 4 now, or 5 if they're volley guns.
Mm.
Say that you do with hot shot volley guns, they're strength 5,
Mm.
so they're winning Marines with 3s, but then use this stratagem to win them on 2s.
Oof.
That's pretty nice.
That is pretty nice. Can't really complain.
There's a lot of nice things. That's pretty fucking good stratagem.
Mm.
Plus into wounds is always good.
Yeah, that's true. And it's a very easy setup for it.
Also, it stays around if you don't kill them.
Yeah, exactly. It's for anything that targets that
affects
unit that you've
multiple
killed.
units.
Or the unit that you've damaged. Right, and then we've got our 6 for our regiment ones, starting with the Capic Eagles, Tactical Misdirection for 1 CP. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase. When a unit is destroyed by an attack made by a model in a Capic Eagles unit from your army, in your opponent's next shooting phase, when resolving an attack made by an enemy model against a unit other then that Capic Eagles unit subtract -1 to hit, -1 from the hit roll if that Capic Eagles unit is the closest visible unit from your army. So your Capic Eagles unit kills something of theirs. For the next turn, if they happen to be closer and you try and shoot anything else, it's -1 to hit.
Yeah.
That is really good to keep your because it's against the model. Yeah, it's against it's an attack against a unit other than. So that can protect your Valkyries. It can protect your Tauroxes. It can protect your other battalions. All they need to do is kill something.
If you use this,
Yeah.
And no, never mind.
What were you
I might be
thinking?
wrong. I might be wrong. Can you use the Bulgrin stratagem on top of this to give -1 to hit? On top of, or do they have to be the closest as well?
No, I don't know actually. Let's check.
Or do they just have to be closer?
Yeah, I think it's just closer.
Yeah, the Bulgrins have to be closer.
But not the closest.
That's the same thing.
If you for this one, if the unit that killed an enemy unit, and you use the Bulgrin thing, if the Bulgrins have to be closer to be able to get the -1 to hit. So that means their -1 to hit becomes null and void.
You couldn't use it on that squad, but you could use it on a different backfield squad. To
Yeah,
get
what?
-2 hit.
Right.
If they killed something, they have to kill something first, though.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if you could go forward, have the Capic Eagles be your frontmost model,
Yeah.
Oh,
which doesn't have -1 to hit, but is causing the -1 to hit.
Yes.
Then you have the Bulgrins behind that, and anything further past that point has -2 to hit.
Which is within 3 inches of the Bulgrin.
Yeah, it has to be close to the Bulgrins, and it has to be infantry. But yes.
Oh.
So there can be a really good combo with that.
Definitely keep some people safe.
Definitely going to keep some soup running. Definitely. There's going to be a lot of soup enough of that.
It's not really
That's not
soup
even
when you've
soup,
got
mate. You can
Bulgrins.
just take Bulgrin.
Oh no! I mean Bulgrins with
You can have them protect things and so.
Yeah, you can have them protect things further back, which aren't
Yeah,
got.
but that wouldn't stack with this one anyway.
No, but yeah.
Like, the
It
Bulgrins
would,
will
wouldn't
still
it?
be...
Oh no, it
No,
does because
this
it
is
doesn't.
only...
They got to be next to the Bulgrins.
No, as in soup it wouldn't stack because you only get -1 to hit against other Capic Eagles units.
No,
Yeah.
other than that. It's
Yeah, Capic unit
right. Let me reread it again.
Capic Eagles units other than the one that is closest.
Okay.
Actually,
cool.
no. Right, let's reread it. Right. In your opponent's next shooting when a unit is destroyed by an attack made by a model in a Capic Eagles unit from your army, in your opponent's next shooting phase, when resolving an attack made by an enemy model against a unit other than that Capic Eagles unit, subtract -1 for the hit roll if that Capic Eagles unit is closer.
Yeah, so that's absolutely anything else.
Yeah, that is
Oh, it
everything.
yeah.
Oof.
That's dumb.
It's pretty good.
It's worded very, very specifically.
Yeah, but okay, well, the thing is, right?
What, and can I just
It's
say
1 CP,
something,
they
like,
just kill that one unit,
Yeah.
and then everything else loses the -1 to hit.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, they're not exactly tanky, so...
It's cool.
It's there. If you kind of fluff it, or like you kind of play it in a way that they're going to be as protected as possible.
Hey, what if they're in combat, though?
I mean, if they're in combat, they're gonna fuck.
Or if they're in combat.
Ooh, then it doesn't matter because they can't. They
It's
wouldn't
just-
be. They wouldn't be a viable target.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah, it
matter.
doesn't
that's what I'm
matter.
Oh
thinking,
shit!
Aaron.
Yeah. Oh, it's still
That's
working combat then.
As
They're
long
obviously
as
they have a fallback, but yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, if you manage to wrap and trap a unit and just like get locked,
Oh no.
easy,
Easy mode.
easy money.
Yeah, so, right. Duel to perfection, because we talked about the stratagem for way too long. 1 CP. Iotan Dragons. Use the stratagem in your opponent's charge phase before an Iotan Dragons from your army fires Overwatch. Until the end of the phase, when resolving an Overwatch attack made by a model in that unit, a hit roll of a 4+ scores a hit.
Good.
Very nice.
It's very
So-
good.
So
Done.
accurate.
I'm pretty sure it's probably the best Overwatch buff you can get in the game.
Yeah.
Well, apart from the Valkyrie one.
Apart from the Valkyrie one's also
Iron
4.
Hands
What's
can
it
do
with?
fours.
Yeah, it's all 4s at least.
Why can
Like
Iron
very,
Hands do
it's
that?
very, very.
Well, Iron
rare.
Hands
They
can do
hit on
everything.
5s normally with the chapter tactic, and you can give them an extra +1 with the stratagem.
With chapter master minuses to hit are not good. Yeah. Right.
True.
Elusive Hunters for the Cyan Jackals. 1 CP. Use the stratagem in your opponent's shooting phase. When a Cyan Jackals unit from your army is chosen as the target of an attack, until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by an enemy model against that unit, whilst it is not within half range, it's -1 to hit.
Ooh.
Make the rest of your army. So use the other -1 to hit 1, but then the rest of your army is Cyan Jackal.
You've just got one Capic Eagle squad who's just really out the way. It's like, right, them. Shoot them. I mean, that's nice just to make sure, like, if it's something that's outside of half range, it can keep vehicles alive for longer if you need them to be, especially if you got people in transports or just a very key squad that you just want to keep alive. This is nice. Gifts from the Mechanicus for the Lambton Lions. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a Lambton Lions unit from your army is chosen to shoot with, until the end of that phase when a resolving attack with a hotshot las gun, hotshot las pistol, or hotshot volley gun by a model in that unit, an unmodified wound roll of a 6 inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target and the attack sequence ends.
That's pretty nice.
For 1
actually.
CP, hoping it's Wrath of Mars.
Yeah.
That's what Wrath of Mars had. And everyone says that obviously that is busted for the amount of shots you can get out of it, but with hotshot volley guns and just you're just gonna blurt dice all over the board. It's nice to have.
Mm-hmm.
Full charge for the Thetoid Eagles. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a Thetoid Eagles Taurox Prime model from your army is chosen to shoot with, until the end of that phase when resolving an attack made by a model against an enemy unit within 12, you can reroll the hit.
It's kind of funny that it was called full charge and then it's like a shooting strategy.
Yeah, mounted in the rapid Taurox Primes, the 32 Thetoid Eagles unleash hell upon enemies at close range.
What do the Fatal Eagles thing do again?
They have the
Are they against the closest target?
it's against the closest target. An unmodified hit roll of a 6 cause an additional hit,
Yeah, so
and
that's
the
half range
anti-psychic thing.
The half range one.
No, there's a half range. That's the Thetoid Eagles.
That's what we're on about, right?
No,
Yeah,
these are the Gorgons. No. Oh no, it is the Thetoid Eagles. So it is.
Yeah.
So if they're within half range,
Mhm.
a hit roll of a 6, and,
Yeah.
if they're within 12, they're within half range of something.
But it's real all hit rolls, right?
Yeah, reroll all hit rolls. Which
So considering Taurox Primes hit on 3s and you can make them hit on 2s, I think we were on about earlier.
yeah,
Something. This is amazing.
this is really good.
Because what you can do is reroll the hit roll.
Yeah.
This is a thing that you can do with Imperial Fists, which is actually like really, it's bullshit. Because you reroll all of your hit rolls.
Yeah,
And you're hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
You reroll everything that isn't a 6, and that's how you get your most hits.
Yeah.
and then you just get bonuses off of that, which is good for 1 CP.
Yeah. So
You're
that's quite
still
nice.
not firing great guns though with the Torx Prime, so
I mean, the gun that is heavy 20 with this is not amazing.
But
just
it's sheer weight of
but-
shots.
if you're in
Yeah.
range of like proper fodder, like a bunch of orc boys, you're gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
So it is quite nice.
Right. Last one before we go for the wrap up. It'll be Daring Descent for the Iron Gorgons. Use this stratagem in your movement phase. Select one Iron Gorgons unit from your army that was set up in a high altitude transport. Until the end of that phase, when you use the aerial drop ability, it must be set up more than 5 inches away of enemy models instead of 9, and you cannot charge.
amazing.
So again, it's
You're not gonna be charging.
the built-in one for the precision drop, but you don't have to do a Valkyrie and you can deep strike it. Because it's the
Stick those melters right where you want them.
Yeah, exactly. So just being able to get in there.
It's good, but they are the ones with the really situational warlord trait for psychers.
Yeah.
A
And the
relic
bolt
that they
pistol.
cannot take. And I mean, they do have the additional hits against closest target, which for this is actually really nice.
It does combo well.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, I didn't really think about this, but if you hit like this, the additional hit stuff works on all weapons.
Yes.
So like, if you drop in melters in, you're all an additional 6. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice.
As long as it doesn't specify hotshot las, then yeah, everything.
No, it doesn't. That's
Oh
what
no,
I'm
no, but
saying.
some of
So,
them
like,
do. Some of them did, but that's the thing, because a lot of the other ones are just said every weapon. So.
I think it's just the Stormtroopers one.
No,
Yeah, I think so.
Stormtroopers doesn't.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, there are some things that mention specifically hotshot, for,
yeah,
for like
there's
different
strategies,
abilities, but that is, you're right. And on us, this is the last page, number 69, the sex number.
Hey.
We
Nice.
get to
Nice,
the end
nice,
of that
nice,
bit.
nice.
So, Tempestus, what are people's thoughts?
They,
I mean, I
Is
thought
the-
they were
They're
dead
cool.
anyway, and now
hey,
they've
they're like having a new.
lot of cool
It is
stuff.
kind of like having a new codex. To be
It
fair.
feels like
It's
a new
They
codex.
sucked before.
But, obviously, they get the benefit of all the new stratagems. And all the old guard ones. Like, they get everything.
They have a codex before.
No,
No.
They didn't,
they were
right?
just...
They did in 7th.
Oh yeah, no, I mean
yeah,
in 8th.
in 8th, they were just a separate...
They're just in the Astra.
They were a separate regiment you could take in the Astra Codex, yeah. But the doctrines they needed, and a lot of them are really cool and really good. The heirlooms can be cool. The warlord traits debatable sometimes, depending on which one, but some of them are really nice. The stratagems are amazing, in my opinion. They got really
there's
nice
a lot.
stratagems.
They got a lot of stratagems.
Like, in reality, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 specific ones that are universal, and then one for whichever regiment you're going. But fuck it, you know? Whichever one you go, you've got something.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's... Knowing that this was a thing, and then reading through some of the previews, this is what made me want to buy this up, like, start this army, because... there is so much life been brought into these. Like, yes, there's a very limited amount of models.
That's kind of the point of it.
Yeah, that's the point. Exactly, there's the point, and they combo with everything else. You can still take Bullgrins. You can take another, but if you're really careful, if you really want to, and you want to have a decent backline defense, you can just take another battalion full of Lehman Russes.
This was to say, I don't think you would want to take 2,000 points with just these.
You
would
could.
want-
You could.
You could.
My
I'm not
list
saying that
is
you
aiming
can't.
for 2,000 points of these.
I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying you probably want at least one detachment of Lehman Russes somewhere, even if it's a Supreme Command detachment with 3 tank commanders. You're gonna want it in somewhere. You want some tanks, or
Yeah.
you're
want
gonna
those
want
tank
something
aces.
else. Because at the end of the day, they don't. One, you want tank aces because they're really strong, but they don't have. They don't have like everything. I guess.
Yeah, because
Like they don't have super strong heavy tanks stuff other than dropping melters in, which is risky. Like melters do not solve everything. You will
But
will
you
easily
clearly
just
don't
not
have
wound.
enough melters, Alex.
Mhm.
That's the problem. But like,
Playing Tau.
Playing
Easy
Tau,
enough
I
melters.
do.
that's true.
I have experience of this.
Oh yeah.
As someone
Um,
who's
you-
been there,
Yeah, you
melters don't solve
dropping
everything.
4 melters in won't just kill a tank.
Yeah, yeah,
Very reliably.
yeah.
Yeah, this isn't
you could-
7th
yeah.
edition anymore.
What do you think?
You think, especially consider the commander, like a commander, which is what I was doing with Tau, hit on 2s, and they couldn't do it consistently,
Mm.
which was painful.
So I just want to point out, because my 2,000 point list is 2 detachments. First one being with Greyfax, 2 Tempesta Primes running Lambden Lions, and the Specialist detachment. And then big squads of Scions with Melter Guns and Plasma Guns to sit inside Valkyries with 2 Valkyries and then the Taurox Prime. With the missile launcher and autocannons. Second one to have Psychers in it. With smaller Scion squads with plasma. A full bomb of 8 Bullgrins with slap shields and a couple of the the Invon save ones. And then 3 extra Taurox Primes on top of that. For 1997.
Alternatively, other than getting some Astra stuff in there, you could, since it's Lambda Lions, you could just fucking slap some Admech.
Slap some what?
And that could be Admech.
That's true. They would fit well.
And that'd be quite cool. Especially considering Admech will be getting this, like Awakening 2.
And,
soon.
I'm so looking
And
forward to it.
considering the rate of which they've... Well, not rate. There's definitely a curve of just them getting more ambitious and better with Psychic Awakening. If you compare this to the first one, it's hard to believe they were even released within
Space
like months
Marines
of each
2.
other.
Yeah, you think
like-
you compare this to the
Blood
Phoenix Rising?
No, Phoenix Rising, sorry, yeah. Phoenix Rising, literally, the only things worthwhile to come out of that book was Create Your Own Craft World. Everything else in there is completely forgettable.
And Hawkeye.
Hmm?
And Hawkeye on Crimson Hunter XX.
Oh, of course, Crimson Hunter's getting better. I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that was stupid. But like, there wasn't much. Whereas you got, I think, you got like obviously you got quite a few things as well for Chaos and stuff in the Chaos one, but they didn't really fix any of their problems. But then you look at this one. There's so much fucking shit. You've got like both Tau and Astra basically got mini faction supplements, which are both a big deal. Like the Farsight one is a huge.
Yeah.
And then they've also got brand new system things in place where you get like prototype weapons or tank aces which have been done well. And like, I mean, they tried it with Tyranids. They were shit. You can tell they did Tyranids first.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know how what they were doing.
Yeah.
But this book's great. I mean, I haven't read the Grey Knights one, but I know from people talking about the Grey Knights
So
Thousand Suns
good.
one that it's also fucking amazing.
Yeah, the Grey
Sorry,
Knights and the Thousand Suns. I completely forget the fucking Dark Angels were even that book. Because the Grey Knights
yeah,
got
me
such a
as well.
huge change, which they
But
desperately
Dark
needed.
Dark Angels didn't get an updated chapter fucking tactic,
Do they not?
Nope.
did they? No. Which they desperately needed one because they have like the worst.
Oh, they got.
They're
Literally,
Acadians.
one of the fastest armies you can go, and they're like, oh, if you stand still, you'll be roll ones.
Oh,
I played
no.
against at the tournament I went to the weekend. I played against a Raven Wing list. So I had two of the Talon Masters.
Yeah.
Talon
Oh.
Masters, yeah.
Raven good now though. That
But here's the thing. He had two of the Talon Masters. One of the I had Azrael on a land speeder.
Samael.
Samael. Same thing. They had
Racist.
Dark Shroud. Two of the flyers with the rift cannons.
Dark Talons.
Yep. Big ol' squad of Black Knights, like a big 12-man squad.
Oh.
Probably moved about 6 inches in about 4 turns.
You think they're all on bikes? They should be moving. Nah.
Yeah, no, hang on. They were advancing every turn, mind you.
Oh,
What?
yeah, because of Jink.
Gotta get that 4-up invuln.
Oh my fucking
Yeah.
god.
Love it.
It's so stupid.
That sounds That sounds
does Jink work?
ridiculously stupid.
How does Jink work?
If you
If you-
advance with a Raven Wing unit, you get a 4-up invul.
Right, but like, do they get to shoot properly afterwards?
Yes, because they're on
No.
bikes.
No.
Oh.
You need a
This-
stratagem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a stratagem where you just get Jink. And you
Right,
don't
so
even have
why-
to advance or anything.
Why was?
And there's
not
there's
moving?
one where you can advance and still shoot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
That's fair. But like, that's the thing
is
is.
he the guy who dropped the Death Knights on you?
Death Knights.
Deathwing Knights. Did you drop Deathwing Knights?
It wasn't me.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Someone had to deal
Thought
with
it
them.
was you.
But that's the thing. Regardless, though, it's clear like the amount of love that they're giving the AdMech with a lot of new units, and
Okay.
hopefully that they're going to
Paradox.
fix a lot of the issues with the AdMech, which they've been doing very slowly.
Advec don't have issues anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh,
Uh,
hot take.
They have less than they.
Relics and war traits.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
no,
true,
no. He
true,
brings up a
but,
good
like,
point.
overall-
And stratagems.
And stratagems, yes. But that's the thing.
Overall, they're pretty fucking solid.
No,
there.
they can be very solid, and trust me, considering the list that I've got now, they are very solid.
hate the Scorpius disintegrate over passion.
But the thing is, as well, is it's clear that this book gave those armies a lot of love. Forget about Gene Stealer cults. No one clearly gave a shit inside GW because they wouldn't have 2 of their 7 pages be errata of how your fucking rules work.
They still got better stuff than Dark Eldar, so you know.
Eh,
Dark Eldar. So that's the thing with the first book. The only army that got any stratagems in the first book was like a stratagem page was
Craftworlds.
Anari.
Oh, really?
No.
Shit.
Yeah, and they were all from White Dwarf with a few tweaks.
Yeah.
Whereas Craftworld got the same stratagem printed multiple times for each Phoenix Temple unit,
Yeah.
which was just take another ability.
Oh.
And most of the abilities suck. So,
Well,
yeah.
with that, though, we will have a set discussion on how everything kind of turns out with everything else in terms of the other Psychic Awakening books. Check back for this space when the Orcs one comes out, which we'll definitely be having a look over. And hopefully by that point, we'll be filming a battle report. I've asked Evan specifically to not play the list that tabled George in turn 1.
The spoon list.
It's the
So
spoon
it's a
list.
spoon list. You have to play that list.
It's the spoon.
Is it good
It's
enough
not a
to
good
make?
list.
Is it? I was about to say, is it good enough to make content with?
Oh
Mate,
yeah.
It's a
The reason
spoon
I got
list.
tabled turn 1 is because I had a Tesseract Vault and Lich Guard
Oh,
and 6 characters.
oh,
Yeah, it's called the spoon list because Evan nearly got a spoon. He didn't actually.
I was
the-
I
the-
lost 4 out of 5 games. And I was like, I'm gonna get the spoon, and then I won my last game. So-
oh.
Yeah, against orcs.
No.
The true orc spoon.
The
list.
true Orc spoon.
No, basically, you don't go to a tournament if you can't beat his list because that sucks anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
The
understandable.
thing is, his list is really good.
It's fine.
It's just he's very
I will
unlucky.
I'll take one of these some of these boys now that I've actually
Now,
finished
Evan's-
the base and everything on it, and I'm super proud of it. Links it will be on my Instagram, so I'll post the links for that in a bit. But yeah, when it gets around March, if I can get if I can get enough of the army painted, most of it should be fine. Should be fine. And as Harita points out, every list is good enough for content if we can get a good game
Yeah.
out of it. So
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
very cool. Plus,
Well,
plus
hold
we'll
on,
most
I'm not-
likely be
I'm not-
playing chapter approved with the Maelstrom cards.
I'm not playing a battle report if everything's not painted.
That's fair.
At least it's got to be
It-
tournament standard.
It's got to
at
be
least
tournament
3
standard.
colours.
That's entirely fair. Which it will be.
Are you-
I've got a
Please.
single
trying to
finished
discredit
40k
Tom?
list.
Eyes.
No, Tom's in fucking Ireland anyway.
I'll
By
fly
the time
over.
Tom comes back, he's gonna have painted bodies.
At some point, he
not-
may have painted models.
He's not
Yeah.
gonna have a full list.
At least 5 painted intercessors.
Oh my god, 5 intercessors.
I have I have 10 painted into.
Oh my god.
Ah,
Yeah.
Tigerius. Is it Tigerius?
Who is this man?
I have a fair bit.
But
Got Tigerius.
regardless, this kind of waffly bit has gone on for too long. And it's going to make this a bitch to edit. So thank you all very much for watching. Check all the links down in the doobly-doo. If you are watching this on stream, please drop a follow if you can. We can also, test out the new ITC missions, because those look tempting, and I've never really done ITC properly before, which I'm always
It's
open to
fun.
trying new things.
It's
New
fun, but it's
ITC is sexy.
If people want to post and say about what their kind of anything they want to follow them on, obviously there'll be George at Red Chameleos. If you want to just drop your link in the chat, George, for your Twitch or your Twitter or whatever, mine should still.
Just gonna shout because you can just click on my name.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, just say on there. You can drop him a follow. Please do. Obviously, give him some love because he graciously spent most of his evening and the rest of the evenings helping me out with doing this recording. And hopefully in March we're gonna get some Gazcool and we're gonna get some spicy rolls. So it's gonna be good. Right. So thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you for the next stream, which will be Thursday, because I'm at D&D tomorrow and date night is Wednesday. So check the schedule down below.
I have to say one thing before the stream.
What would that be?
Endrin
I
Riggers.
swear to fuck. On that note, I'm going. Thank you all very much for
Fine,
watching. I'll
go.
see you next time. Fuck you, Alex.
Uh...